But why don't we do a quick recap from Anvir?
Yep. Let's get my little thing up. Decently short recap because majority of what we did last time was just kind of searching. So we continued searching the temple a little bit, and then while we were searching, we found that the ghost that had taken Soren away had turned out to be the head priestess, and she had come back to her senses. She told us she was working on getting Soren and Calathar back, but it was going to take a few days. And she also told us where to find a hidden armory, which while we were trying to find, we found a different secret door, which had a Kazame and a few ghosts behind it that we managed to defeat pretty easily because the ghosts had weakened it. Then we just kind of kept searching for a bit, left the temple, started heading towards the Null base, found a camp, and we're trying to figure out if we could get Dosha in there sneakily.
All right. Yeah, that was about where we left off. So it's 6 of spring at 2 p.m. I think the group fell back to the cave. I'm not sure if you were going to rest or talk. I don't remember what the reasoning for falling back was, but...
It was the end of the session and we were coming up with a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were going to try to come up with a plan.
So on a more mechanical level, I've added a couple of new scripts to the game to help with ammo tracking and spell tracking. So those of you roll it using the Roll20 sheets, I believe it'll automatically minus spell slots if you cast now using the, I think either the macro or clicking on the spell in the spell list. And there is a way to associate ammo with the macros. I think you have to set the ammo as a resource, and then under the actual macro there should now be an ammunition thing. You just copy and paste the name of the ammo into there, and when you use the macro it should -1. And other than that, if you want, I can add some, if you don't have too many macros, I can add them to your token, so you don't have to worry about bringing up your sheet to use your macros. Is anyone interested in that?
I would be, potentially. But
Alright.
like my total dead and spiritual weapon, the stuff that I use pretty much every time.
Alright, so... Wait, let me check something really quick. Now you can all see through the party sheet right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that that was working. Alright, so you said Anvir, you'd be interested?
Yeah.
Alright, so let me grab your token real quick. And I think this should work. Now if you highlight your token, you should see all the macros on the top of the screen.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So you can click on any of those from there.
Sweet. That's a lot.
Yeah, so it'll reflect whatever's in your sheet. So if you have a bunch in there, it'll put them all on. Does anyone else want it?
Thank you. I like to add just a few, not all of them.
Okay, yeah. I think some of you only had a few, so that's why I was asking. But in any case, yeah, it's 2 o'clock p.m. on the 6th of spring. What does the group want to do?
We were discussing, because we thought we found the camp where the spy was going to be at, trying to... I think the plan was I was going to enhance ability to make him better at lying, and Onyx, you were going to make him look more like a bloodsport?
Yes.
Or at least affiliated.
Right, I was going to attempt to use my disguise kit, make him look more like these cultist chaps.
let's cover the tattoos and stuff like that.
Right.
He nods.
So we're going to look at one of the dead ones that we
Yeah,
found.
that's also true. We could look at the markings of like the dead ones.
Right, and I was going to try
look
to
at
like
them.
copy those markings on Dosha.
Alright, so the gnolls here have tattoos that would probably remind you of some sort of. It looks like some sort of a boulder, but with a sharpened side to it, maybe? It's hard to say exactly, or it could be some kind of spear.
Okay.
But you want to try to copy those onto Dosha with a spell?
I was going to try to use a disguise kit, use makeup in there to do it.
Alright, that'll probably take a little while, but you can give me a disguise kit check if you're going to use that.
Yeah, I looked this up last time in the Xanathar's rules on how long it takes you to make a disguise. It's like 10 minutes you can do a very minor alteration, 30 minutes for something major, and if you want to make a disguise, it has to be a long rest. Like
So are
makeup.
tattoos minor or medium?
Tattoos
that would
would
be-
probably be minor.
Okay. So I can
Just
take
one of
10
these.
minutes to do that. So here goes the. I assume I can use intelligence since I'm trying to copy something. Or would it
Yeah,
have to be dexterity?
I'd say intelligence is fine.
Okay.
Oh, so
18.
the other thing, Dandy took off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
We didn't mention that, but he decided he felt
Well, we
a
did
little
quickly.
Yeah,
Thought
very-
about it at the end.
Yeah, he felt a little underprepared for what was happening and decided to head back into the tunnels with his spiders. So he, yeah. For now, he has left the group. But, let's see, 18. So yeah, you spend some time, use some of your paint to cover up his current tattoos and give him new ones.
And that Dandy was a nice chap. Woohoo! We will miss him. We chatting as we watch Onyx work.
A bit strange, but a very honorable one.
Woohoo! I like them strange. Woohoo!
Yes, you as well are a bit strange.
Are any of us really that normal?
Dosha, hold still, Dosha. Don't make him laugh, Otto. It's very hard.
Otto starts doing a funny little jig. Making faces and stuff.
So you would get Dosha all marked up, and after about 10 minutes, he looks like one of the, at least markings-wise, one of the fallen gnolls that are here.
They kill him.
He says, it's strange to wear the markings of another tribe, but I suppose it's necessary.
So what is the plan? Is he just going to go in and just kind of look around and do minimal interactions? Just because he
I was
mentioned.
going to make him better at social interactions.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Very good. Okay.
Now, who's casting a spell to make him better at social interactions?
It's me.
You were casting
Enhance.
enhance
Enhance
ability.
ability.
Alright, go
Yeah.
ahead and link it.
Although I'll wait until we're separating from him close to the town because it only lasts an hour, obviously.
Alright, so you're traveling there first.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, was there anything else we wanted to do before we try this? Anyone?
Anyone else have anything extra they can add on?
Ramsey will go with. I won't be able to speak with her, but she'll stay invisible, and should anything go wrong, she can run back to us, and so we know that Dosha needs help. Woohoo!
Okay. I think we're about ready. Are you prepared, Dosha?
I believe I am. The tattoos look good. I think I will be able to pass for a member of. I don't know if that is the tribe that's there, but if anything, I'll at least pass for one of the tribes in this area. We shall see. What am I to say to them? What am I looking for while I'm inside?
Well, you're trying to find information about the spy who we did know the name of, but I keep forgetting.
Oh yes, Garrow.
Garrow, that was it. I think that's going to be the main thing. See if you can find Garrow, or at least see where he is.
I shall inquire.
Perhaps also anyone you observe or have chance to overhear or speak with if necessary. Perhaps just keep an eye out for whether everyone is here willingly and happily, or if there's any unrest or forced labor.
That's also true.
He nods and says, "All right, I will ask them all about their current status. Of course, without drawing too much attention to myself."
Yes. Okay. I think this is all we have.
So the group begins traveling.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way through the caves. Are you being stealthy or just going?
Yeah, we'll be stealthy. We've seen a couple of patrols already, I think.
Alright. Give me a D20 roll.
Ooh, 20.
Oh,
Alright. So you make your way down this way. So far it seems clear. You do see this light over here again as you're passing by. And as you get over here, you see the lights coming from the village. So far, so good.
Find me. Did we see any movement or lights to the south? We did, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we saw
Okay.
like
Yeah.
their main entrance.
Like the
space
main.
kind of
Okay,
thing.
gotcha. So this is kind of like a side camp or farm or something.
Yeah, because this was like a watchtower just here.
it seems
Gotcha.
like it.
do we have a light for our own party as we're going along?
I had done Eyes of Night, but I can't remember how long ago that would have been at this point.
How long does that last? Is it an hour?
Last an hour, and I did it when we came across that first patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would have been less
Well-
than an hour. So
Okay.
I believe the Eyes of Night is still going. Does
Yeah,
anyone does anyone not have dark vision right now? I assumed you all did.
If Eyes of Night is
No.
on, then yeah.
Okay.
I
Also-
don't, because I was expecting us to be traveling with a lantern, so I don't have my goggles of night anymore.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
sure I gave it to you.
Anvir put Eyes of Night on everyone who didn't have any dark vision. So for now, I know it's going to expire probably soonish, but also all the Knoll patrols we've been seeing have been traveling with torches, so it actually wouldn't probably be that strange for Dosha to be carrying a torch as he approaches, but that's up to Dosha how he feels about that.
He says, I could light up a torch, but then the rest of the group would be visible. Maybe when I separate. Also,
Sure.
you do you all want to wait up by the temple, or is someone using
Are
dark
there
vision?
are there nooks and crannies and crevices here where like we could possibly hide, or like effectively hide, or would it be pretty?
Yeah, so there's a lot of areas near the cave walls where you could probably take cover.
So let's try to stay out of sight and hide where we're a little closer to him, and while we wait for him instead of being too far away.
All right.
Or that's Otto's suggestion. Everyone chime in if you have another thought.
Yes, I agree. Definitely stay close.
Well,
Just let me know whenever the Eyes of Night would go away, because I have something I'll do for myself.
did you
save.
just cast dark vision?
I meant to click on something else, and I accidentally clicked on Dark Vision. But when Eyes of Night expires, I will be casting Dark Vision on myself.
Alright, so it does minus spell slots when you click it, unless you're just
Yeah,
looking at the thing, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Also, am I hearing background noise from someone? I think
What did it
Sleepy
sound like?
looks like...
Oh, sorry, I have a really loud mouse.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
I've
you're...
heard a click here and there. Is all.
I'll try to unmute myself if I have to click.
Yeah, or maybe like push to talk or something, but... Alright,
Yeah.
so... Dosha is going to separate as he approaches the village. What about the rest of you? He said you're going to try to hide somewhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna. It looks like there's some nice deep niches kind of here and here. So let's go and kind of find the one where we're most out of sight of the path.
Alright, give me a stealth check for the group.
And Ramti did follow Dosha and is staying invisible. And if it comes to a point where she might need to be even more unseen, then she might like use her other forms to like become a millipede or something. But she's going to stay invisible just to be able to report back to us if anything happens to Dosha.
Okay.
Hassan
Stealthy is
climbs
funny.
into some rocks, and his ears are sticking up again.
Alright, so... 2, 3... Is that everyone? We missing someone? I only see 5.
Yeah, we're missing Seth.
No, I mean with
Sleepy's
Even with
not here.
Hassan, it's like that.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Sleepy's not here, that's right.
Yeah,
Alright, so yeah, Dosha would head over towards the village. You would see, or at least some of you with the longer vision would probably see him be stopped by some of the guards. And he just kind of walks in past where the rocks are. So it looks like he is inside. And did you cast your spell on him?
Yeah.
You want to click that to cast that?
I had clicked it into the chat, but I guess it didn't cast it properly.
Did you click
I see
for
the in
description or the
I
actual
think he
spell?
clicked the chat bubble. Yeah, the description.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it goes, just so it tracks the spell use. All right, so yeah, before he leaves, you did your enchantment of him, starting that up. Is the group doing anything while you're here, or shall I pass time while you wait?
Otto will attempt
yeah.
to teach. Otto will attempt to teach Hassan to step carefully in the rocks and be more stealthy. Yeah. Give useless pointers that probably don't even apply to Hassan's anatomy.
Hassan has no idea what you're saying.
Just stares at you through dead bunny eyes. It's a
Oh, you just made him creepy.
little unsettling. Well, I mean, he is a construct, so he has no idea.
Otto seems to be enjoying himself, nonetheless.
Yeah. Woohoo!
That's all that matters.
I always imagine like the Woody Woodpecker laugh when I think about it.
Oh my goodness.
Does anyone
My
have...
cat is being catty. Go away. Ouch. Sorry.
Does anyone have survival trained?
Don't think so.
I specifically
no.
avoided the abilities that all my characters have on this character. So no, I don't.
So, as you're sitting there waiting, you would see what looks like a... It's been about, well, actually, sorry, give me a d20 roll. We'll do this fair. See if this actually happens.
15.
Alright, so time's passing. About an hour has gone by. No word from Dosha yet, but things...
Before you tell us what's coming, I think that when the Eyes of Night went down, Eldwin was going to do something with Dark
Yeah, he's
vision?
going to do dark vision
Yeah.
on himself.
Yeah,
Just want to
dark
make sure you
vision.
had a chance in case whatever's coming. In case that makes a difference.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to cast
Um,
dark vision. You can cast it.
I am still blind.
So
You're
add
back.
that's 8 hours. Go ahead and add that to the extended spell thing or extended
Does
effects.
Hassan have dark vision?
Yeah, Hassan
Oh,
does.
nice. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
What time would it have started about?
Well, you should be able
Three-ish.
to view the calendar right now, right? It says it should say 3:20 on there. Is that not showing?
Yeah.
No, it
it's,
does.
Yeah, no, that's updated, so it's about 3:20. So yeah,
Is
things.
daylight still?
Well, yeah, daylight in quotations. That's it's kind of meta. The time. If you have survival, you can figure it out, but that's more for.
No, I was
tracking
just saying on the
purposes.
extended spell list it says daylights.
Yeah, but it also says that it ended at 10:40.
Could have
Oh,
been the daylight I did ages ago and just forgot to delete.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
may have just not taken that off there.
We should probably add a column for the date. So
Yeah, well, you can add that in with the time. You could just copy paste it all in there.
yeah,
if
that
you
makes
want.
sense. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so about an hour has passed. Things have been quiet. The town seems like seems like nothing has happened there yet. Is the group going to continue to wait, or do you want to do something?
I might do my hut just for the sake of precaution.
Tiny hut. All right,
Yep.
sure. So you begin casting your ritual in this kind of rocky outlet. Which takes 10 minutes.
And we can do that in a hidden spot, right? Or make it look like stone.
Yeah,
to
so-
blend in. Okay.
Is the group looking for a spot where the hut will blend in better?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll say
Yeah.
either survival or stealth would help with that. Up to 2 of you can work on that.
Based on our group, stealth.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Who's the best stealth? I think that might actually be
Eldwin and Onyx.
Yeah, that was. I was thinking it might be.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's the best stuff.
There we go.
That's pretty good. Anyone else?
7. Pretty damn good. Yeah, Eldwin, I reckon you do the other one.
Hold
You've
on
got the
one
best modifier.
second. Will I roll above a 10 on the die?
No.
11. There you go. Oh, on the die. Oh. All right. Yeah. So you get your hut set up. 10 minutes past that issue. Everyone piles into the hut. Just as a, and I think that's 8 hours, right? So you
Yeah.
can put that somewhere if you want to track that. But as more time passes, let's say another hour or so, that's now 4:20 p.m. when you see a group approaching from the south. It looks like a group of gnolls. They have torches. So far, it doesn't look like they've seen you.
Do they seem like soldiers?
Yeah, so there's I guess you're. Oh, hang on, I'll put them on the actual board here.
And I imagine Onvir's probably going to see them first with his crazy eyes.
Yeah, so it looks like as they approach, there's probably, and they have torches too, so I'll show that. But there's probably about 6 of them. 2 of them look like they're hunters. Doesn't look like they're on alert. Might just be some kind of patrol, or maybe they're delivering something, as they do have some sacks with them. Possibly supplies. Does the group want to do anything?
I would whisper that I think we should probably stay put and give Dosha plenty of time without raising any kind of ruckus that might endanger him.
Agreed.
Sorry, I think Onyx, you were saying something? Sorry.
I can't see them, but no, you don't see Dosha with them, do you?
Well, you would see them
I like
with
them
the
from the
light
south.
because they have torches.
Oh, they have a light.
Yeah.
Okay, do I see Dosha with them?
No.
No. They came from the south going
Yeah.
towards the village.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dosha's in
sorry.
the village over here. They came from over here. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. I thought.
No, you're fine.
Yep.
All
It
right,
was a good question, you know.
so no one's doing anything. You're gonna let them pass.
I think so.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so they continue on to the village. Seems like they go off somewhere into the rocks over there. After probably about another half hour or so, you would see Dosha coming towards the group. It's about 5 o'clock at this point.
Does he seem
Calmly
agitated?
coming, or is he
Yeah,
sprinting?
exactly.
No, he's just walking. He
Okay.
has a torch and a weapon with him. His spear's out. But he kind of walks over to this area and is kind of looking around.
I was like
He
quickly
ditched
shove
me.
someone just like shove a hand out.
When he gets when Ramsey gets within range, then I can let her know to guide him to us.
All right, so you hear some screeching, and he kind of freaks out, looking around. He's like,
She knows not to screech when they're stealthing.
"Look, she's got her
He just
ways.
makes up for it later.
You know, she's a free spirit."
It's a quiet screech.
So he
Remember,
Telepathic
she can speak
screech.
common.
yeah. He walks over towards the rocks looking around, and I assume one of you flag him down. He would walk over, and I don't know if you made him a hut person. You might not have thought of that.
Yeah, I'll probably just dispel the hut when he gets close.
All right, well, he
Well,
walks
as long
up.
as you don't exit, it's gonna stay.
Yeah,
But yeah.
he walks up, kind of kneels down near the hut, and kind of recognizing it as he's been with the group before, and says, "I think it is safe for the group to come into town. This clan may actually be friendly to us. In fact, they might need our help in disposing of some of the guards."
Oh.
The ones that just came in, we did see a patrol.
Ooh.
Good.
Yes, there are cultist forces that are with them, and they are secretly against the cultists. Apparently, some sort of coup, or however he would say coup, because he probably doesn't know the word coup. Some sort of coup has taken place, and they are not. Well, they are currently pretending to be with the cultists, but secretly they are looking to rebel against. Our timing is fortuitous.
Do you think that we should just walk in, or move in more sneakily, to not be seen by those that we will?
Well, that is a question we must consider. The clan seems to want blood, but I don't know if it is a good idea to play our hand and start killing cultists. I'll
Right,
leave that up to you. But they would
assumed that
definitely support us if we attacked.
Gotcha. I was thinking that perhaps we would want to move in and meet with perhaps some of the leadership before making ourselves known to the guards and the captors, the overthrowers, what have you.
Well, the cultist soldiers are there right now, so if the group's going
Right.
to move in, we should wait till they leave, unless we're going to attack them.
So there are
think we
none that
should
are
wait.
stationed there. They could just come and go.
Yes, they were bringing a delivery, but right now, as far as I can tell, this area is not under threat of attack, so the guard watches are not very, what would the word be? Vigilant. There's not a state of emergency, so they just kind of walk around keeping an eye on things.
Was Garlo in that village, or is he in a different one?
I was unable to find him, but they say he is part of the tribe. So he's probably out on a mission.
Well, I think we stay hidden here for now, wait for that patrol to leave, and then head in.
He says, "All right,
I concur.
I will, I guess I shall go back, and when they leave, I'll come out and get you all." Alright, so the group's trying to be basically unseen for now.
For now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. So,
Anybody have any crafting or any tasks that they're doing or that we can help each other with while we wait?
Start,
Anyone have a good look through?
start forging some armor. Clang, clang,
I
clang.
meant reasonable.
I mean, we
stuff
got
that
all
we
those
kinda might
books from
do
the library.
in some idle time.
Yeah, I was just being silly. Alright, so Dosha is going to go back to the tribe and kind of wait for the time being. Some more time is passing. And we'll say about an hour later, you still have the hut up, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so about an hour later or so, the group that you saw earlier is heading back.
All 6 of them?
Looks like it, yeah.
Nice.
So as they're walking past, looks like they're up here this time. Oh. So yeah, as they're kind of walking past, one of the hunters looks up towards where the hut is and kind of arches an eyebrow and starts coming over towards the hut.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone speak Nolish?
Nope.
Alright, so there's a...
Osha does.
Well, Nosha isn't here. There's an exchange...
Oh, that's right. He left. Sorry.
There's kind of an exchange back and forth in Nolish as the hunter walks up to the hut and looks at it very closely, even touching it.
Opti is going to sneak across to the other side of the cavern and a little bit ahead in the direction that the group was traveling and shuffle some rocks around.
Who?
They didn't go with Dosha?
Yeah, I thought your familiar was with Dosha still.
I didn't mention whether she went back out with him, so if we want to assume she did, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, yeah, let's say she is still with
Okay.
him. Just
All good.
because, yeah. But does anyone else want to try to do anything as he kind of pokes around at your hut, saying something to his allies who are kind of walking over now?
I don't think there's anything I can do that would be helpful.
I think we just gotta sit and wait and hope they leave.
Yeah.
Alright, so... one of them... Yeah, so they all walk over, they're all kind of looking at it now, having a bit of a conversation. They don't seem too concerned. Anyone who wants can make an insight check.
Oh.
Might know something here. 16.
I'm not good at insight.
So, you think they're
17.
more curious? These don't seem like magically inclined gnolls, so they probably don't know what it is. But you see the hunter look at one of the soldiers and say something, and he starts... that one guy starts walking back towards the town over here, while the rest of them look like they're waiting. Does anyone want to do anything?
Know what to do.
Is it only the hunter that's heading back towards the town, or are the others following him?
It's
No,
just
it's
the
just
one
one person.
soldier. The hunter's actually
Oh.
staying here, so you would
Oh,
guess
okay.
he's probably sending someone to get someone to look at this. Would be your guess.
Oh, shoot.
I have something I can try. How risky do we want it to be?
Is it loud?
No. No, quite quiet actually. But depending on how
I mean,
it works.
I
as,
could help that.
as you're talking, the guy is, or the soldier who they sent is now pretty far out of range and gets back to the town. What do you want to try to do anything or just wait?
Oh, shoot. Should we ambush them?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
If there are no more guards in the camp, whoever they're going to bring back with them will be one of the tribe's people.
Sure.
But they don't know that we're out here, as far as we know.
I think we just hang out and wait to see what happens for now.
Guess so, but I will definitely draw my shield and scimitar and to be ready.
Alright, so some time passes. You see the guard coming back with Dosha and a couple of other gnolls who you don't recognize. They all walk up, and it looks like they're having a conversation in Gnollish as Dosha kind of walks up to the dome and looks at it and says something back to them. It looks like there's an exchange going back and forth. Unfortunately, none of you know what he's saying. But it looks like he's trying to explain something, maybe?
Does Otto sense Romti?
Yeah,
With
Romti's with him. So yeah, they're having a discussion. Does the group want to do anything or wait and see what happens?
Wait.
Okay.
I'm wanting to wait, see what if Dosha can defuse this.
Yeah, let's wait and see. Otto's clutching the handles of his little daggers on his belt, just like he's ready to go in case, but he's staying silent and observing.
Same with Onrevere, he's got his shield and his new war staff.
Alright, so some time passes as there's some back and forth. Finally, the scout would kind of nod, and he says something to the rest of his people, and their group starts heading off down the cave, down this way. Looks like they head over this way and head south. Dosha watches them leave, and he says to the group, alright, it should be safe.
I'll just drop the dome now.
So a bunch of the gnolls with Dosha are a bit surprised. They kind of back off, and Dosha says something to them that seems to reassure them. He says, quickly, we should get out of the caves before more come.
True. To the village.
Woohoo! Let's go.
So the group heads over to the village, and there is actually it's a pretty easy time getting in. All the gnolls on guard just kind of give you nods as you walk past. There are a bunch of people here, soldiers, looks like farmers who are kind of farming the crops and kind of tending to things, children at play. But Dosha would lead you to one of, looks like one of the head warriors who he starts speaking to. And he says, this is the captain of the guard for the Long Spear, I think is the best way to translate it to you all. His name is... Sorry, one moment. His name is Bakar. And Bakar doesn't seem like he knows exactly what Dosha's saying, but when he says his name, he gives you a polite bow. Bakar starts talking to Dosha, who translates, and says he is happy to meet you all. He says that the Long Spear have recently been freed from the tyranny of their old leadership. It's still a secret that they are no longer with the cultists, but they must continue to serve. But they're happy that possible support has arrived.
What was the nature of their last, overbearing lord? Why are they free now?
So he translates, and he says, well, it's strange, actually. A creature of the fields, as they call it, came to their rescue. They don't know what it's called or what it wants, but it helped them defeat their leadership and free the tribe. It's
Is this creature still about?
it lives within the fields, but it doesn't usually come out to engage with the gnolls. It just seems to dislike these cultists for whatever reason. He's kind of translating as Bakar speaks. He says, Bakar is saying that you should probably go and look for it and speak to it. It might be able to help you.
I confess I'm curious. Hoo-hoo.
It bears strange symbols. Symbols more familiar to the temple around here.
Temple of Hieronymus.
I believe that is what he's saying, yes. The cursed cave to the north, which I assume he means the temple.
Hoo-hoo.
Strange.
Perhaps you should let him know it is not so badly cursed these days.
Well, I think it would be best if they stayed away from
Didn't.
it, he
Yeah.
says in common.
Fair.
But Bakar says that you are all welcomed here as friends. There are cultists who come from time to time, so you should stay out of sight of them, but there's no suspicion in the caves right now, so if you stay hidden, or it should be fairly easy for you to stay hidden. And again, he's continuing to translate Bakar's speech. And when you have a chance, perhaps you should go speak to their freer. What would the word be?
Liberator.
The liberator, yeah, the one who liberated them.
Woohoo,
That
yes,
definitely
what?
seems like a thing on the list. Definitely high up.
Alright, so at this point, a bunch of the gnolls are probably coming over to say hello to you, greet you. You all might be somewhat familiar with gnoll greetings by now. They don't, none of them speak common, but they are very much curious, especially the younger ones. Some of them trying to talk to you, but realizing you have no idea what they're saying.
Do any of them speak anything other than common?
It seems like they all speak gnoll.
Only know. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I meant other than null is what I meant. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. No, you don't think
Technically,
any,
I could communicate with them. I just choose not to.
you don't think any of them are speaking anything but Null. So yeah, it's about
That's
6:30 in the evening now. What does the group want to do?
Let's find this creature who of the fields.
I agree.
All right, so
And
you're gonna.
did Dosha get some kind of starter idea of which direction we're supposed to head?
Yeah, so Dosha tells you there's a cave kind of far back here, far to the north, where the creature resides, up here.
All right.
He says, from what I've, from the information I've gathered from speaking to these people, there are several clans within the cave. Some of them are more loyal to the cultists than others, but there is a chance we might be able to turn all of them against the cultists, as none of them are completely happy with the terms. Also, there's rumors that there might be someone else behind or working with the cultists as well. But the only thing I get is that they are monsters of some kind. The
I have been
gnolls,
summoning all these demons and that lately. We heard about that.
yes, and perhaps these monsters are behind, at least partially behind the demon summoning. But as I said, they're more just rumors. I don't have any hard evidence of who these or what these monsters are, or how they're assisting the cultists. So it might be something to look into.
Well, for now, maybe we check these fields out, I guess.
Yes, I concur. Woohoo.
All right, so you're gonna leave the Long Spear tribe and head up and look for the cave up here.
Yes.
Alright, so you go into the... basically, these are kind of crops in the first area. As you go farther north, the mushrooms get much bigger. entering an actual forest up here of large shroomwood. Looks like some of them have been cut down, probably to create some of the huts and other equipment that the gnolls use.
What are they farming here? Is it shroomwood or is there other crops?
So there are other crops near the base itself, but as you get farther out, it's more shroomwood. It's just looks like a underground forest, basically.
All right.
Not of the tree type, but of the actual like shroomwood type. Alright, so as you get up here, there is a cave and what looks like to be an old statue that looks like it may have come from the temple. Does anyone have history?
I do.
Alright, go ahead and give me a history check.
Ooh, 21.
So yeah, it's it definitely looks like the style of one of the statues that you may have seen within the temple.
The ones that seemed like they were part of the original temple, or the ones that had been added that were demonic?
The original temple. It looks like a medium-sized statue of a Heronius soldier in armor.
Okay.
Possibly dragged here because it doesn't look like it was originally part of this area. And as you're looking at it, you would see a figure come out of the cave. What do you look like, mysterious stranger?
Let me just turn off push to talk, because I'm going to quickly, accidentally say something while it's off.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So, you see a figure, very short, like about 3 foot something, or not 3 foot something, 4 foot something, sorry. And they stroll out, wearing ruggedy, kind of like clothes that they've just found about. Little bits of fur tacked on, such as a cape made from the hide of whatever creature hers may be lying here. They had this hair-like crest along the top of their head. It looked almost like a hair, but crystallized. Just a crown of crystal. And they wore a wooden mask upon their face that was utterly expressionless. And as they came out, they kind of tilted their head, keep like a curious animal as they crouched down, keeping a decent distance as they kind of circle, observing.
Alright, any noticeable weapons or armors that they're wearing?
It seemed like they were wearing a mixture of chainmail and scale mail. Although it looked like it had suffered many wounds, not from the battles they've been in, but rather battles of whoever used to own this.
Yeah.
And no weapons, but their gauntlets looked kind of claw-like, but it looked more for show than actual weaponized. So they did have this little charm made into a necklace that looked kind of like a tiki of sorts, or a totem.
Yeah, and you might notice that the armor might also, what's left of it, be stylized like something you may have seen in the temple. So this creature kind of circles you, keeping an eye on you. It does look humanoid, but a little bit strange. It doesn't seem hostile, more curious, maybe.
Hello?
They do not respond, and only seem to, get a little bit closer.
You understand what I'm saying?
Suddenly, they stand up more straight and say one word, though it's unclear if it is a word at all. Cleo!
What the fuck?
Otto would look up at this not so small to Otto stranger, and, and kind of laugh and dance a little bit and give a greeting in Gnomish just to see whether he understands.
Well, seeing that they do not understand, though they do seem to understand the common, just judging by how they reacted to Omvir. Though they would speak, saying, "Hello, say," which is infernal for hello.
Anyone in our group speaking from?
I don't think so.
Are you the one that helped the Knolls?
Well, and they kind of raise a fist, almost triumphantly.
Oh,
He's precious, and I will die for him.
What is your name, friend?
Kind of struggling, they would say, they would point to themselves, kind of patting their chest. Hoyle, hard, wild. And I will now put the name in the Roll20.
Rompsy attempts to emulate the noises that this new
Hoyo.
friend is making
Oh,
and starts chanting.
Oh,
"Hoyle,
no.
Hoyle," and
oh my
screeching.
god. No. Now, you know what all I can think about now is?
Hoyle. Okay. I
Have
had
you
it
guys
wrong
ever
totally.
seen that little comic book about the little Dungeons and Dragons creature with the wooden sword?
Oh no!
That's all I can think of now.
Not my inspiration for why they had her name Poyo, but it's not too far off on how they act.
So, besides the crystalline hair, does he appear to be made of metal and wood, or?
Well, from the skin that is visible behind the mask, because they aren't wearing a hood or anything, it looked almost like a gel or some kind of liquid. It was pinkish and bluish and different and such.
He's our very
It
own
would be
gelatinous
different from
ooze.
the hair.
He's our very own ooze.
He might be. Didn't they just release a new class?
it's still Inverse Arcana, but yeah.
Okay, it was. I wasn't sure. I remembered hearing something about a new class.
I don't think since the the sprites are and the rabbits and stuff, whichever one that was the last new classes.
Does anyone
Sure.
have Arcana?
I think a lot of us do.
Yeah.
So Arcana might tell you something about his race. Okay.
Oh, look at Onyx.
So
Onyx has seen these before.
Onyx and Otto. Well, you haven't seen these before, but you would probably maybe have read about. Now, what's your base race again?
Aasimar.
Yeah, so you may have read about this type of smaller Aasimar that sometimes takes on a shape like this when they are born into or summoned into. Sometimes it can be a couple of different things that makes this happen, but when they are manifest on the actual world, when the spirit kind of manifests into into like the material plane, like something like this can happen, but it's kind of rare. And there's a couple of different ways it can happen, so it would depend on how he first got here or what created him.
Is the scarf or cowl or gorget or whatever is that cloth, and the skirt or the bottom, is that cloth, or is he all armor?
Well, it seems like he has, like he was saying, or like they were saying, a jello-y, not necessarily. Well, it's definitely some kind of skin, but it does look a bit jello-y.
Oh no, I guess I was looking at the picture and I was just looking at the gray, like it could be a scarf or something. And then
Oh
the
yeah, no, that is a scarf.
Yeah, that's a
skirt or
scarf.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Poyo.
And Poyo himself would stride up, and it was less like an actual jog, but more like how a kid would run. You know, like arms spilling out side to side as they just full force, or it's like an immovable, the unstoppable force coming forward, before presenting both hands
It's
if offering a
attacking.
handshake.
Dosha,
Spiky glove.
Dosha kind of pulls his spear out, very worried as this thing just rushes at you. And you rush up and try to give someone a handshake.
Anyone. Both
Well, I was the
hands.
one saying hello, so I'm assuming me.
How would this creature have defeated the gnolls? This is strange.
I mean, to be fair, and I just point at Otto. How does he defeat Knowles?
That's true. Magic does do strange things.
Oh, and by the way, whoever is shaking hands with Poyo, the arm
Wait.
falls off.
Oh,
It appears to be made completely of wood. Shroom wood, of course.
Oh,
I literally am just holding it by the hand, and I'm just like,
Oh,
he's just
I would
wide-eyed
look-
holding it, just like,
I would
what do
look
I
round
do?
to I would look round to our artificer, like having no idea whether he could help.
Sure. I will.
I'm just there still holding a hand, just like, what do I do?
so is
What
that
does-
actually like a prosthetic arm, or is it just more something he like strapped to his side?
Prosthetic.
Okay, it's just not well attached right now.
How
or
does
something.
Poyo react to his arm coming loose?
You just hear a very sad and shrill.
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to!
What a strange creature. Are you
Yeah,
are you the one who leads the long spears now?
Poyo would, with his still attached arm, scratch at the side of his head before kind of making like an aggressive pose. Not so much like out of aggression, but more like kind of like a fake like fight pose, you know, like, and then kind of moving to the side and portraying like a more aggressive, like magic-y force, like a game of charades. And then look quizzingly.
Does he know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
I think so, but I think he's bad at communicating.
Didn't you say you had some sort of spell that could solve this?
I can try to see if it will work.
It might be a good idea, or else we'll just be guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast tongues.
All right. So you're touching yourself.
Yes.
All right. So you.
Oh, yes!
Chance.
That song is in my head now.
Laying a hand upon yourself as magic infuses you. And yeah, you can now. What does it say? The target speaks any creature that knows at least one language and understand what it says. All right. So yeah.
Is this better to communicate with you?
I am Poyo Wildheart, spirit of the woods.
Oh God, what is he saying?
No,
It is
everyone
rolling
can hear
for-
him.
for- by the way.
I think that tongue spell.
Oh, no,
makes it so we
I
can
think-
all understand him.
I think it's
No,
just
only I do.
him. Yeah.
Only I do. It's only the target of the spell.
I assume he's
Oh,
speaking
okay.
Infernal, right?
Yes.
Oh, here's the actually no. This is the thing. Instead of touching me, I'll touch him, so we all understand him.
You just give him a gentle caress on the head.
Yeah.
When the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands
Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah, but he
So I'll
touched
cast it on
himself.
him.
So if he
Yeah.
so if you cast it on him, then yes, that would work.
Oh, gotcha. I see.
So
Okay.
I cast it on him instead because I didn't think about that.
I guess I thought that's what you. Sorry,
Yeah, sure. I'll let you do a do-over. That's fine. So you
Thank
are
you.
about to cast on yourself, and you're like, let's do him instead. So you touch him. And yes, now you would understand what they're all saying, and they would understand you.
Nice.
All right. So go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, Poyo just says,
I am Poyo Wildheart, spirit of the Shroom Woods, a hero of the innocent.
Do you serve Heronius? Why did you put this statue here?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It calls to me, so I brought it here.
Strange. Well, why did you help the Long Spear? Are the cultists your enemy? Dosha says.
They are evil!
Well, I would agree with that.
I think we all can agree with that, yes.
Do you lead the Long Spear, or have you just decided to help them with this?
Poyo is Longspear's friend. And hero and protector.
Dosha just sort of looks to the rest of the group.
Allies
Nice
are allies.
enough.
Woohoo.
Well, what... I do not see a weapon. How is it that you were able to fight the gnolls?
Poyo uses mimicry. He is able to transform, fight evenly. Want example?
Can followers...
No, but yes.
Can followers of Heronius do that? He says, kind of questioningly, looking at Seth, who's standing there, and says, well, from what I read and from what my sword told me, it's not a common power of the warriors of Heronius, but perhaps this one was gifted in a special way?
Sure, let's have a demonstration, I say as I slowly back up.
alrighty. What would be like a common beast?
Spider? Giant spider?
Giant spider. Wait, is a giant spider CR of 2 or lower?
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
wolf
yes,
spider
yeah.
is, or yeah, oh the 2 or lower. Yeah, you're right. You must
So,
be a moon.
what-
Must be moon.
So he would clutch his the totem that's kind of hung around his neck, and green and spirals of energy come off of it as he then puts his other hand in the air.
Poyo,
Transform! And he would... how big is a giant spider? Is it giant?
It's large, yeah.
Medium,
Large, yeah.
large.
Oh, yeah, giant
That's what I mean,
spider's big.
And he would grow 1 size, 2 size large.
He's a druid,
Yeah.
Seth says. Ha! He's no paladin.
But unlike a regular wild shape where it's a full transformation, it seemed more like a half and half. Like, they gained elements of the giant spider's form, such as big fangs, and
Please
a
tell me he
black
still has
back,
crystalline hair.
spiky hide. And yes, it absolutely has the spiky hair. And also a hat that looks like a spider.
A hat that looks like a spider.
Imagine Kirby.
I thought they still on Kirby.
And kind of bouncing, which almost shakes the ground. He would say, "Do you like?" and would then crouch to be eye level, like some kind of big beast.
Dosha's backing up. Seth seems very amused. He's like, ha! Yes, I do like. That makes sense.
Otto would,
if I was a
clap his
gnoll, I'd be
hands.
terrified
Oh,
of
sorry.
that thing.
Otto would clap his hands appreciatively and bounce and giggle. He loves it.
Very interesting, at the very least.
Yes, it must be a druid. You are a druid, aren't you?
He
I
hands
have
the
been
spider.
called that by some.
Oh, the spider speaks.
Oh, wait.
Well, he
Yeah,
has
you
tongues on him.
You wouldn't actually be able to talk. So you just go. Ch-ch-ch. Oh yeah, I guess if you have
Well,
tongues, is there a
Oh,
spider?
that's true.
Is there a
That's-
spider
would have-
language?
But you keep
imagine
the
that
intellectual.
has
Let me
When
let me
you're wild
check.
shapes, you
let
have
me
the
check
intellectual. But it doesn't matter because when you're in wild shape, you have the intellectual properties of the druid, not
But it
the
doesn't mean he
beast
can
form.
speak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's,
that's only
Same
if
thing as
the
wild shape.
that's yeah. So he
Or if that's wild.
understands, but I would guess because since spiders
There
don't have
is
a
a-
language, he would just chitter
Well,
a bunch.
tongues,
There is a
Tongues
class feature that lets you.
but tongues
Yeah.
doesn't say that you have to have the physical ability, the physical
It says you-
attributes.
I think it says you have to speak one language.
No,
okay.
it says anyone that knows at least one language can hear,
Oh,
understands what it says. But it does.
But it does say when the target speaks, so
When
it
the
doesn't
target
speak a
speaks,
So
language
if
it
that's
can't
the thing.
speak.
speaking spider, we can understand him as if it was common.
yeah, but I don't think there is such a thing as a spider language. It's
Oh,
just,
okay.
Yeah.
It's just
I think it's one of
it's
those
just
things where if you-
chittering. Yeah,
Yeah, so
like oh god.
'Cause
Yeah,
otherwise
basically
it
like
could
spider
be-
sounds.
You need to speak with animals to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
so it would be chittering and looking very like creepy as it just kind of stares at you, tilting its head back and forth. But
Honestly,
Seth
the
is
art
very
for
amused.
The giant spider is the art for the giant spider is super creepy. It is really ugly.
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
as
it's like
bad
a rat
as
spider.
it's not as bad as the snake. The snake I think is way worse.
You think?
It's like a cartoon snake. But yeah, the pink spider is kind of weird too.
Yeah.
I don't understand a lot of the beast art is really weird. Like, just take a picture of a spider. They make it look so weird.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the wolf spider looks like a nice tarantula, but
Yeah.
the giant spider is like a pink, naked, weird thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. A lot of the
From what I've seen, just in general, a lot of the 5e art just leaves a lot to be desired compared to the old edition
Yeah.
art.
it depends
is
on the
very
artist,
vague.
but
There's
yeah.
quite a few beast forms that don't even have any art.
Well,
there's barely any beast forms to begin with.
so Seth would seem very amused as he just like smiles, his arms crossed. He says, "Yes, this thing seems like it could be a very powerful ally. Some kind of forest spirit of the underground? I've never seen a creature like this. What did you say it was? An Aasimar?" He looks over at,
Yes.
who is it that said it?
Yes. It would probably be me that said it.
Yeah. You had the highest roll, yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
So yes, it's an SMR, which is a almost like an angel, if you will.
A Jello angel? I didn't know angels could look like Jello.
I like to imagine, meanwhile, Boy just watching them talk, and his tongue slowly pokes out, just like a dog.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, I don't know too much about celestials, but I know a little bit at least. But most celestial creatures look completely different from each other. Like some of them are weird.
Well, it is definitely a weird creature. I'll say that. Not to insult you, friend. You just have a very unique appearance to you, as he scratches his beard. So, Will, do you think you could help us in doing something about all these Knoll cultists about?
Spider Poyo would raise an arm as if ready for a fight, and go.
Which, if we could hear him, would just be Poyo!
Yeah, well, as others have said, the Long Spear, I believe they are our friends as well. So perhaps we could all work together to further this goal.
Vigorous head nodding.
Seth kind of shrugs and looks to the rest of you, and he says, "Well, you all took me in without much of a quandary, so I figure we could invite this little one to follow us."
Yeah, I'm down with being friends with the person who can turn into a spider at will.
Can you turn into anything else, or is it just a spider?
Slowly, the totem around his neck would once again begin to flare before he transforms back into his regular form, midair, and falls flat on his face.
Yes.
Excellent. He says,
I like to imagine he was just still facing the ground when he said yes, just
yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm curious. You wear things from the temple. What is your connection to Heronius? Have you been to the temple, or why is it that you wear religious artifacts from the god Heronius.
I don't think I know who that is, but
Oh well.
you mean the big building, the one in the tunnels?
Yes.
Yes, and I can definitely tell you about Heronius if you're interested. He's fairly honorable and very very good deity.
Is this Dosha speaking?
No, this is Seth.
Oh, okay, got it.
No.
I must meet him.
Dosha is extremely terrified of this thing. And after it turned into a spider, he's like kind of hiding now. He's in the back of the group. So Seth says, "All right, well, I think this was a good investment to come meet this thing. What shall we do next, friends?"
Head back to the village and plan from there, I guess.
Hungry.
You're hungry?
I have had nothing to eat but shroomwood for 5 days.
Does one does one eat shroomwood? I thought
Apparently that's what that's.
I didn't
Apparently,
think
this
that
druid
was-
doesn't make good berries.
It's like doesn't sound like it would be very tasty.
I just throw him a ration.
Alright.
Poyo catches and looks at it.
Is it not shroomwood?
It's not made of shroomwood, no.
Yes.
And he will quickly begin eating it, and of course, still with the one arm because I don't think he's ever gotten the other one back.
Is Anya still holding the arm?
Maybe. Maybe I don't know.
What?
Kind of forgot about the other.
Can I help you with that?
I just need to reattach it. Can I have it back, please?
Yes. Sorry.
I kind of forgot I had it. Here.
If I cast mending on this, on your arm, what will happen?
I don't know.
I'll take a minute and cast mending on the
Alright.
arm.
So, as you are sitting there casting your spell, you would hear a loud stomping coming from the south. Something large is coming.
What? Poyo, do you know of anything else in this wood?
Would I know anything else in this woods?
So, as you say that, a very large shroom-covered giant comes into view. It stands at about 15 feet tall and has a huge club.
Oh shit.
It kind of looks down at the party and lets out a bit of a roar. But then it notices Poyo and goes, "Ugh. Poyo." He walks over.
Boyo.
You said he came from the south?
Yeah.
So he came from the village.
No, well, maybe, but it doesn't necessarily seem like he did.
More like maybe hereish.
Yeah, you're not sure where it came from, but it
Oh,
walks up, looks at Poyo, looks at the group, and says, "Friends, Poyo?
Friends. Boyo.
Hello."
Hello.
It scratches itself.
We're meeting some very interesting friends today.
Today is
Fitting
Hey.
in just fine in this group.
Poyo, food, and he throws down a piece of shroomwood.
Food. Oh.
And he takes a piece of it as well and starts chewing on it.
Poyo goes face first into the shroom, or just mouth first, just
Now Dosha looks terrified.
How common are, have any of us even seen the giant before? Are these a rare sight or?
So it sort of looks like... Here, I'll give you a picture. To give you an idea. You probably... I mean, nature might tell you more if anyone has nature trained.
In this group? Nah.
It
Probably
sort
our
of
new
looks like
druid.
this, but just covered in mushrooms all over, like they're growing out of it.
Oh. Okay.
Pollo, yeah, bring food, say hi. And then he just kind of turns around and starts walking away.
Bye bye.
Do I know what
Is
that
that
is?
is that a friend of yours, Cleo?
He is friend.
Oh, by the way, by this point, Pollo would kind of, with taking the forearm of his prosthetic arm in his mouth, would just kind of shuffle a bit because he's using his other hand to hold the ration, and with the socket would pop in place, and he would just kind of move his head.
Ta-da.
So you would know, Poyo, that there are shroom giants that lurk in the woods down here. That's one that you kind of befriended, but there are others that are not so friendly.
Would any of the rest of us know what that giant was?
Not without nature.
I rolled nature. I am trained.
Oh, if you're trained, yes, you've heard of shroom giants. They often inhabit the shroom forests of the deep, and they're usually fairly dangerous. They eat just about anything. They're not super bright, and they're very aggressive. But that one seemed to at least be friends with Poyo.
But oh yeah, okay, so. But he passes close by the Knoll village and
That one
doesn't seem aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like it went by the Knoll village, the Long Spears. But it's a large area, so you're not sure if it went past
Gotcha.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I guess I forgot that these squares are.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
like
no.
300 feet from the village.
That's not very far.
It's not.
Okay.
The football field.
It is when
Oh.
it's a dense lot of mushrooms and stuff, though. Can't see through
So, actually, it should be a little farther than that. Hang
Oh.
on.
Okay.
There.
600 feet, that's better.
Yeah, it's not. It's,
Poyo. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's still not that far, but yeah, it didn't look like the creature went that close to the village.
It's not like it's a small orchard, like in their backyard or something.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Otto would just kind of. Hoo-hoo, Poyo has strong friends. Perhaps. Will your friend join us in our fight against the Knolls as well?
You could get some food out of it. He seems to like to eat.
Good.
And he just pats his stomach.
Out of curiosity, it's just
I'm curious. Can I try a bit of the shroomwood?
Of course.
And he brings like just a ripped off chunk of shroomwood and presents it like it's the holy artifact of Heronius himself. Oh, it's because he's short.
is it the equivalent of just like eating some bark?
Pretty much. It's like trying to chew on a piece of wood with maybe like the slight taste of mushroom.
I mean, I've had worse.
Yeah, it definitely. You don't think you should swallow this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what does the group want to do? It's probably getting close to 7:30 at this point.
Head back to Longspear.
Friends.
All right. So the group heads back to the Long Spear tribe. You would see a bunch of the warriors on alert, and a bunch of the gnolls seem agitated as they look out into the fields. But
Like-
as they see you approach, they just let you pass. You would imagine they probably did see the troll or the giant, or maybe heard him moving around, and they're on guard. What does the group want to do?
Still no word from Garrow.
Who are you asking?
I guess whoever Dosha has introduced us to.
Catherine?
So Dosha would go speak with Bakar, and he says,
Bakar. That's
"No, Garrow is not around. He actually left a couple of days ago. They're not sure where he is."
Did he mention whether he'd had similar discussions with any of the other tribes around here?
So he tells you that the closest tribe to where you are is the Sharp Rock over here, which also is not completely on board with the cultists, but the leadership there is still pretty loyal to them. But there are
Do we have? Sorry, go ahead.
just that there are a bunch of different clans around here. Which there's the Sharp Rock over here. There's the Deep Fang a little bit to the east. And the other one is the Wildfire, which is to the south, kind of down here.
But you're the only one from your liberator.
He says, yes, he's saying that the Long Spear are the only one that have been secretly liberated. And they are willing to help us however they can to get free of the cultists. But they worry that revealing their freedom could cause the whole Knoll army to descend upon them and kill them all.
When you say liberated, how exactly have you been liberated? You're still here.
He says they say
The guards still come to visit.
they've killed their tribe leaders and they're looking for a way out. But so
Okay.
far they don't have one because they don't want to be here.
Okay.
So they're still, he says, they're still secretly, they're still serving the cultists, but yes, their people no longer wish to be.
So this is not their long-time home. They were brought here by the cultists, and they want to go back to their home.
Well, our leaders brought us here as part of an alliance with the cultists, but then Poyo helped us overthrow them.
Remind me if anyone in this group has been keeping a map. I couldn't remember if anyone in this group was the type to be drawing maps as we walked. Okay. I was just going to have them mark our map with the locations of those other tribes if we had a map, but I couldn't recall.
So, Bakar, won't the cultists realize that your leaders have been killed eventually?
Dosha translates, and he says, at some point they might, but that's why we are seeking a way out of here. So far, they haven't noticed. He says the leaders don't talk to us that often. They more just use us for labor and supplying food to them.
And they don't talk to each other? They don't have meetings or anything?
He says the main cultists do, but the tribes are more serving the cultists, so they're not kept on the same level of leadership, is what Dosha would translate from Bakar.
Ah, okay.
We're more treated as slaves and servants, but we're given protection. Or at least when we serve them. They still think we are serving them, but as was said, we wish to leave.
Would we be able to use the identity of these leaders that have been wiped out as a way to perhaps infiltrate further into the cultists?
Dosha translates, possibly, but the leadership rarely spoke with the main cultist group. Who, by the way, resides southeast of here. He would say, we don't have a map of the area, but basically it's over here. So it's possible if you try to take on the identity of our old leadership, you might be able to at least get somewhat closer to the cultist leadership.
Do you have anyone among you, any of your gnolls, who have any magic or?
He shakes his head. He says, "No, we're farmers and hunters. We don't have magic. Our shaman was killed when we revolted against our leadership.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
So-
how could we best assist your goal of escaping here? Obviously, once we wipe out any of the patrols or show ourselves in any way, it may shorten our time and options.
He says, well, if you have a way out, we would appreciate an escape, but we can also stay and help you.
What kind of numbers reside here?
Our clan is 30 members strong.
This is just Longspear, not the others that are mixed in this area?
This is just Longspear, yes. 30 members strong of fighters. Our young and our non-combatants are not included in that.
And
30
the other
warriors.
tribes, are the other tribes about the same size?
Varying. The strongest tribe is probably the Deep Fang, but I don't know their exact numbers. It's mostly the leadership who wishes to be with the cultists. If you can defeat them, you would probably be able to convince the others to join you.
Otto looks around at the at our group, and do we think we can sneak them out, or do we look for strategy with the aim of combat?
I think eventually we will have to fight the cultists, but first we want to reduce their numbers. Any tribes that we can turn against the cult before we have to actually fight would greatly benefit us and protect them.
I concur.
So maybe our next move, if Garrow is missing, maybe our next move is to go find him.
That's the question. Did we ever ask where Garrow was?
Yeah, they said he's left 2 days ago and hasn't returned, but it's possible that he's liaising with other tribes as well, doing the same thing he did here.
Yes, he most likely is somewhere within the caves. I will say, he says, the Sharp Rock are probably trustworthy. I would be very cautious dealing with the Deep Fang or the Wildfire.
They're more loyal.
Yes.
Wildfire is unpredictable.
Yes, as their name implies, the Wildfire are not to be trusted and will most likely be an enemy. We have had many bad dealings with them.
I would look to Poyo, and I've heard tell that some of those with naturey magic can have a way to make groups of people extra stealthy. Is that among your talents?
Hoyo would put a finger and thumb to his chin and think for a moment as I look through my spells.
I'm just thinking of ways that we can perhaps assist with moving the non-combatants of the Longspear at whatever point we enact our plan or try to get them out.
So a bunch of the gnolls are also bringing Poyo food at this point.
Your constant hunger is legendary among them already.
Yep. They know whenever Poyo visits, he wants food.
Poyo's like when
in return for his hero services.
Poyo is like the emperor like the well-loved emperor that everyone loves, who's just come into town, and they're like, cook for him, we love him!
Yeah, pretty much. The gnolls of the Longspear seem to really like Poyo.
All the little old ladies are bringing you their baked goods and their best recipes.
Just pinching his cheek like a blob of jello.
Taking like whole chunks off with it.
But yeah, Pollo would just kind of take a step forward and say, "Pollo," and then just immediately trip right onto his face. Flat head, just face first into the ground. Mid Pollo.
A bunch of the gnolls help you up,
Pollo, thank you.
of course.
Oh, by the way, when Pollo moves his mouth to eat, he doesn't really have a face. It looks pretty featureless, but when he does eat, just this hole opens up in his face, which is probably his mouth.
That is horrific.
Seth says, well, so how do we find this spy of yours? Any ideas?
My guess would be we need to go to the other friendly tribe first. But I fear Garrow might have been captured by one of the less friendly tribes, trying to persuade them. But we should go to sorry, what was the other tribe's name? Not the Deep Fang or
Not
the Wildfire.
Wildfire.
The Sharp Rock?
Sharp Rock, thank you. We should probably go there, and maybe they will know of his destination when he
Dosha,
went traveling.
can you ask Bakar how often he generally is away for this long, or is this normal or unusual? 2 days.
So Dosha talks to him and says, it is very unusual. They are a little bit worried
This
about
is
him.
not good.
Also, they wanted,
Yeah.
Bakar wished to say that even though our tribe is friends with the Sharp Rock, their leadership is still loyal. So to be careful if you go speak with them. You might have to kill them or convince them to turn against the cultists. Either would be dangerous.
How long does Bakar think they might have before what's happened here at Longspear might be discovered by the cultists? Any idea?
He talks to Bakar and says he worries about it, but also the cultists don't spend much time actually interacting with the tribes who work for them. They more use fear and brute force to keep them in line and keep them bringing food and supplies to their cause. So it's unlikely that the cultists even remember who the tribe leaders are, as long as they keep getting food.
Oh, well, that is good. I'm gonna look around at the group and just kind of be like, I think that perhaps our next move is to go to this Sharp Claw. What was it? Sharp Rock.
Sharp Rock.
I kept wanting to call him Short Round. So okay.
What does everyone think?
Bakar also says be very cautious of the South Cave, as a dangerous predator lurks in there. And he shows you a map nearby.
Any more details?
Yes,
It's something that, from what we've been told, looks like a rock, but has many tentacles that lash out and attack.
Oh no, yes, we've seen one of those before. They're terrible.
One of those.
He says, yes, it should be avoided.
And that was the cave we considered going and sheltering in last session.
Nope.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right, well...
Oh, and of course, be careful in the Shroomwood Forest, as the Shroom Giants inhabit it.
Yes, we met one of those too. Apparently Pollo's befriended one.
He seems rather
Pollo.
friendly, in fact.
Pollo is great, and a bunch of the gnolls, clap for him.
I'm picturing I'm picturing in the Return of the Jedi when all the little Ewoks start
Yeah,
like bowing to
C-3PO.
3PO.
That's good. I'm an anime head, so I keep thinking of the anime when I was reincarnated as a slime because he's a little jello that's literally being worshipped.
Yes.
Except the slime is really not very bright.
So at this point, Ramti has snuck up next to Eldwin and is just gonna suddenly to startle him just because he's being so quiet. She just felt the need to see if he's off in his own world or if he'd like to input anything.
Just like jumps like 5 feet and you're like, ah!
And Otto cackles.
Seth cackles as well. Ah! Are you okay, my good friend?
I'm just looking forward to the next trap that gets that thing.
Does Poyo see Rumpty?
I think he's just been invisible. You just hear screeching.
Well, no, she just became visible to scare Eldwin, so this might be Poyo's first glimpse.
To see a fire monkey suddenly appear and scream in one of your new friends' face.
Why don't we take a quick 5 minute? You guys can keep talking. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick.
I gotcha. So, what do you guys think of Poyo so far?
I love him. I will die for. No, like I said before, he reminds me so much of that little comic book about like the little plant creature with the wooden sword.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was what I was
'Cause, like-
making until you mentioned it, but yeah, it's pretty similar.
Because I think the one word he says is like "plah."
Yeah, I think it's Paw.
It's like, yeah, so here you go, Poyo, and he goes "plah."
Aren't quirky little creatures so much fun? They're always my favorite characters.
I love him. I just love when I shook his head. He's okay.
And just Poyo.
Yeah, no, I fell in love with you the second we were like, hello?
Well,
Thank
I
you
will
very much.
die for this creature.
I was making sure. I wanted to make sure that I was tempted to ask you all before the session if you would be, if it wouldn't annoy you if my new character had, a
I love it.
speech quirk. Because I know that could probably get pretty annoying, I think, for some people.
I like to try and give my characters a voice quirk, but I always end up defaulting into just blokey Aussie.
I'm not very good with voices. I have a couple of characters with distinct voices, but all the other ones I try end up either failing miserably or falling into the couple that actually I have played for years.
I've done 2 types of voices for my characters. There's me, and then there's slightly more posh me.
And I'm lousy at accents. I could probably do a southern drawl, but that doesn't really feel fantasy related. So, and that's really I think the only an American southern, it's probably the only accent I could actually pull off and stick to. So
I can pull off an accent not too bad, but I just don't stay in them too long, you see.
my husband's actually pretty good at accents, but especially when it's drunk.
I can do a couple of voices.
I do Poyo's voice.
Or I can do Lion's voice. Or Dr. Crocker, which was my frog character from a one-shot.
Well, I've always been good at intimidation. When I was a kid, I always used to go around and just be like, I want to be your pal.
I get you.
You met my dog, Pluto.
But yeah, I'm one of the few people that are, well, not really few, it's probably a majority that is too embarrassed to practice voices. So when I make a new character, I either use a voice I already know how to do, or I just make one up on the spot.
I love imitating. One of my favorite things to do all through high school is I would just go around and it's just I'd just start singing the Cleveland Show song. My name is Cleveland Brown and I am proud to be.
That's pretty good, actually.
I actually practiced a few different things when trying to come up with Otto's voice, and I just couldn't stick to them. Even when I found one I liked, when I tried to practice it the next day, I couldn't find it again. And so,
There's words. You've got to try and link every accent to a word.
Yeah. Well, what I've been trying to do, I mean, I know I haven't been super consistent, but the last few sessions I've been trying to do like a cadence where he kind of raises and falls, like up and down, like whoo, and let us do.
Starts really excited, starts
Yeah.
getting a bit down by the end.
Yeah. Well, I try to go up and down, but I know I'm really inconsistent. I don't know. I'm still working on
I
that.
love it when you realize you're not talking properly in character because like every third word just becomes.
I like to think that's when Otto is taking a breath, like, and you're just.
But
yeah, I'm
no,
glad
I
you
actually-
are liking Poyo
it's
so
kind
far.
of funny. You were talking about like be like you were afraid that you might be annoying or whatever with his like communication and stuff. But I played a character that didn't speak common. I did not.
Once.
I didn't want to, well, I didn't want to be the face of the group, and I was playing a bard, so she was a goblin that didn't speak common. She communicated with minor illusions.
Ooh, that's actually really clever.
I played with a Kenku barbarian once. Like, not
Nice.
me personally,
A
but like
Kenku
one of the members of my
barbarian?
group. Yep.
What a strange
I love
combination.
it.
Tiny little Kenku with a great axe.
I once played with
Fantastic.
a Kenku, like, I forget what class they were. It was a caster, but I think it might have been a cleric. But they could only say their name, Perry, or something like that, and they were just small
Platypus.
fat verb.
Well, I played a grung who, actually a little bit similar to Poyo. His name was Blup, and anytime he spoke or was surprised or exclaimed or cursed, it was blup 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 blup. He'd just be like blup 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 blup. Like he could speak common, but he had to like, the common was weird for his tongue, and he would always kind of start and end with blup 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 blup.
I remember I saw this really interesting idea for a Kenku race, which was he was a Kenku that had alchemy training and had come up with a potion that removed the curse as long as he kept drinking it. So he was effectively, just like hooked on this one potion.
Okay, that potion needs to be alcoholic, and he needs to be like Way of the Drunken Master.
He definitely
like-
played it. He definitely played it like he was. He was a warlock, I believe, at the time, but he definitely played it
that's
like he was
amazing.
an alcoholic drinking a potion all the time.
Or it could be like a drug, and like if
Yeah.
he doesn't get it, he has
But-
withdrawal symptoms or something.
Yeah. Well, because like the whole thing was his
It's like a flash.
reason for. Yeah. Well, his whole thing was that it was a potion that let him play normally, even though he was a Kenku, because it like effectively while he was under the effect of the potion, he could act normal. Like
Well,
wasn't
I've
the
played with a
Kenku
couple
race was.
of things, and honestly, I think the ones that don't like it's been quite successful for players to not necessarily stick crazy tightly to the whole limitation.
Or-
Like we had one in the Tuesday group, and she didn't like only say what she'd heard before. But she did a really good job of having a voice and limiting her vocabulary, and I thought she was really fun.
Oh, you're going super robot.
Me? Sorry. Okay.
I can
Alright.
understand what you're saying, but yeah.
All right, we ready to pick it up again?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
What do you want to do?
yes. Alrighty, so Poyo, upon seeing Rampe, kind of brings both of their index fingers and pokes their own cheeks just so, as they expend the use of wild shape to summon a toad or a frog. Either. Just
Alright.
this
So you-
little fey frog just appears with a poof of smoke atop their head.
I think
All right, so
I
use your
was expecting you
second,
to say you squeezed it out your mouth.
your second wild shape to summon this toad as it poofs in.
Ramti will
Ribbit.
look curiously while this is happening and hop up on top of Hassan's head between his ears to observe what this toad is going to do.
His new favorite spot.
Hassan just stares dead-eyed. I've started imagining the Five Nights at Freddy bunny as Hassan, just like much larger.
No.
I don't know. that.
Just stands there like motionless until it murders someone. Go,
That
Hassan.
was exactly my concept.
Nice.
It just it does the scream and everything. Just the
Ah, yeah, force damage. Ah, oh god.
And speaking of screaming, the frog, after kind of nestling on top of Poyo's his crystal head, will just start doing that frog screechy thing, just and just jump off like full on belly flop, fat frog style,
Bunch of the
and just
gnolls
kind of do these
gasp.
little mini hops as Boyle just kind of uh, shuffles after it.
Oh
So the
no,
frog
which one's
like,
Poya?
walking away.
Dosha just shakes his head. Like, what the hell?
We're a circus. We're a circus.
Speak
And
for
he
We're the
was-
freak,
yourself.
we're the
I'm
freak show of
normal.
a circus.
Speak for yourself.
Well, from what I'm told, Dosha says, kind of changing the subject. The south way will lead to the army and the defensive area, where the cave leaves this area and goes off into the outer caves. So we should be careful if we go south, because there are a lot of soldiers
Well-
down there.
Let's double check the instructions as best we can for reaching the sharp stone.
The Sharpstone are fairly close. We just head
Okay.
east of here to the Sharp Rock encampment. But
Sharp rock.
as it's as stated, we have to decide what we're going to do about their leadership. If we're going to try to convince them or just try to take them out.
I think
Ooh,
we.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think maybe we do a similar thing we did to this one, where we send you in, try and get you to get a bit of information, figure things out from there.
He nods.
If
Yeah.
if they seem like they could potentially be reasoned with and don't like the rain, then maybe we can try. If they seem to be very into the rain and don't want to change, then well, we cross that bridge when it comes to it.
Well, so their tribe as a whole doesn't like the cultists, but the leadership does, from what the Long Spear have told me.
Well, let us try to get close, and if they are not amenable to our words, then make new decisions.
All right. So you're gonna head over there now.
Did we want to rest at all? I know Poyo kind of just used a lot of his ability showing up to us. I think he also just said he'd be back, so I'm not sure if he wants to rest at all. I'm not sure there. Anyone else need to do anything before we leave? Rest or anything like that?
I'm all good.
Ready here. Woohoo.
All right. So you're heading over there now.
Do we want to... Actually, hold on a second.
So
Yeah, no, we should-
Poyo does not have any more wild shapes, right?
Yes.
Did you want to do a short rest at all, Poyo? I would benefit from one too, because I could get a couple spell slots, because I've been spending them.
Yes, please.
Okay. We'll have a quick hour rest.
And Poya will take off his backpack, climb into it, and then close the flap.
Oh,
Wait, what did you do? I missed it.
So essentially, now we can have one member of our party smuggle two of us into a new place. One in the backpack, and the other in the ring.
So we're gonna have a quick short rest, yeah?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Before I sit, before we actually proper sit down to have a rest, I'm going to use both my divine power, harness divine powers.
All right.
I guess I will go ahead and heal myself.
So you are able to pass a short rest without issue. An hour goes past, and it is now 8:30 in the evening. So go ahead and spend your resources to heal or regain them, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'm sorted.
All right. So the group is heading off that way.
Yep. I think we're gone.
Oh, nice. The little hit dice window automatically pops up when you do the
Yeah,
short
yeah.
rest button.
Yeah,
There's
if you
short
press
rest
the
button.
button.
hmm
I didn't even notice the short rest button. I just did it normally.
It's brand new. It's like only been there like
Where's
a
that
week.
one?
You have to go into your cogwheel and turn it on. There's like an option, but yeah, it's let me find the exact wording.
Alright, so when you get to this area here,
Short/long rest on. Yeah,
you would
when
see
it starts.
lights coming from around the corner up ahead.
From to the
Over
right or
this
to the
way.
left. Okay.
And
Woohoo!
what is what's your group's highest passive perception?
Be Otto with 20.
Ah.
Or
Mine is
unless-
16.
Unless our new druid. Yeah.
Nah, he's only got 16. I've got higher than him.
25?
24.
24.
24.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely hear some noises coming from up ahead.
Woohoo, woohoo. Perhaps we should move to the side of the road and conceal ourselves.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like they're approaching though. It just
Oh,
seems
okay.
like
Oh, they
something.
just-
Something is up ahead somewhere.
Okay.
But I guess everyone would probably see it eventually, pretty soon, if there's a light source, right?
Yeah. So you see, as I said, some light coming from around the corner over here. But you, with your very adept hearing, would sound like probably Knoll voices as well, as there's like the laughing every now and then, possibly someone speaking or a bunch of people speaking Knoll somewhere over there.
So if there's laughter and stuff, it's probably just like a casual conversation.
Yeah, it sounds like Knollish to you.
Dosha, can you make out what they're saying at all?
Dosha shakes his head. He says, "I can't hear anything. Your hearing is impressive, Otto. I cannot hear what they're saying."
Maybe this might be a good time to break away from you then, so you can head in alone. Dosha?
I think we're headed the opposite direction, aren't we?
He
No, we're
says,
heading into the...
I no longer have the ability to lie or do
I
deceptive.
could do that again.
I can do that as well, if you'd rather me do it.
I'm fine either way. I got all my second levels back from that rest because I used both
Perhaps we
channels on
shouldn't
my
do it
Oh, then
in the middle
Go
of
right
the
ahead.
tavern.
Well, no one sees us yet. I can just do it and then.
Yes,
can
but if
go
we have
ahead.
to stand still for 10 minutes, then we either get interrupted or we get seen, perhaps.
No, it's instant.
No, it's...
It's not a ritual.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
my enhanced ability.
Right, I'm sorry. I was talking about Onyx and his disguising.
Oh,
He's
no,
talking
no.
about enhanced ability as well.
No, I was talking about enhanced ability as well.
He's still disguised.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, okay.
if I'm going to go up ahead, where are the rest of you going?
Similar thing. We'll probably hang around here, put a dome up. Get into
How
the
about here?
caves. Like, yeah. We'll go up
Odo
into
will
the...
clutch their totem and say,
Hey, I can go with you. I can be stealthy.
Oh, yes, he can turn into something small and go with you.
he will turn into a... Let me check.
Turn into just like a spider or something.
Yeah, I was either gonna go spider or...
Like a centipede or some shit.
there's one that I really like. I'll find it.
All right, so you're casting enhance ability
Giant
on him
fire
again.
beetle.
Yeah, I'll do enhanced ability on.
Oh.
Dosha again.
Giant fire beetle.
Yeah, despite its name, it's actually actually no, it's a small beast. That's actually pretty big.
Yeah.
You want tiny? You want just like a
Yeah, yeah.
spider or a centipede or something?
I'll probably just go spider. Yeah, just tiny spider.
All right. So you cast your spell on him, and he kind of nods and heads up into the cavern ahead along with Poyo. So Poyo, you are on his shoulder. You see as he turns the corner, there are looks like a group of soldiers there. Looks like there's about 8 of them. And as Dosha approaches, one of them kind of stops him and says, he said, well, you don't speak Null, right?
No.
Okay. So yeah, he stops him and he talks to him. Give me an insight check.
Alrighty.
It seems like there's a bit of hostility as he kind of pokes Dosha in the shoulder, and you're not sure what he's saying, but he's growling a bit and kind of pushing him a little. Dosha responds a bit meekly and says something back, and he says something to him again. And one of them walks up and starts kind of pushing or poking at Dosha as well, and looks like the two of them are kind of getting in his face now. He has a worried look on his face as they're talking to him. Do you want to do anything?
In spider form, Poyo will crawl, well, not really crawl, but like a little skitter across to one of the Gnoll's feet and bite. Not lethally, of course, not that I think it will be lethal, but I want to
Our new
specify.
druid is gonna get squished.
And just, no.
Alright.
And then try to skitter upwards before he can get squished.
Give me a stealth check.
Alrighty. Now, what is the stealth of a spider? That would
It's
be a
just
plus
dex.
2.
It is
Oh,
dex,
it's
yeah.
okay.
I'll give you advantage because it's because you're tiny.
I'll just roll my stealth as is and just change the modifier if that's alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it will show up. Ooh.
So that would be a 7.
Oh, wait,
not a
no.
4.
Oh, you gave me advantage, that's right.
Yeah, you can
Thank
roll
God.
again.
that
Alright,
would
so that would be a 13.
Alright, so the Gnoll is kind of
14.
yelps.
14, sorry.
And he looks around. He doesn't seem to notice where you went, but he kind of growls and says something in Gnollish. And the one guy who looks at him says something to him, looks back at Dosha. He kind of grabs Dosha's hand, and it looks like he is leading him away along with the rest of the group, kind of this way back towards the party. What do you want to do?
So the whole group of gnolls is coming
Towards
this
the
way?
party, you said.
Yeah, back up
Alright.
this way. And you all would notice now that the light is coming up towards you.
Poyo may have made a tactical error.
I would take cover in rocks somewhere.
Alright,
Up
so you're
there or
all trying
something.
to hide?
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me stealth checks.
Oh.
Oof!
Well, Otto is not hiding very well, unfortunately.
He skidded on some gravel.
Well, at least everything else was decently high.
Hassan paid attention during his lessons.
Otto did not.
I imparted all my wisdom and lost it myself.
Hey, check out that bunny-shaped rock.
Alright, so
It's like the surface dwellers see things in clouds, but the Underdark dwellers see things in rock formations.
So you would see this group of 8 gnolls looks like kind of forcefully leading Dosha somewhere, kind of going this way. Then they turn
Past us?
south.
All right, we can't let them take him. Yeah, we'll need
Agreed.
to follow and ambush them.
I don't think we even follow. I think we try and get them as soon as they're here.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think we probably be
they-
attacking their class B.
How close are they?
So they are about 100 feet away at this point. They haven't noticed you yet. Do you want to just rush out at them? You probably wouldn't have time to sneak up on them just because of how far away they are.
I can cast something from that range.
Alright, so you want to try to cast something from here and just attack them?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, before they actually pass us, I think I would have acted, and I assume others would have as well.
Yeah, if I saw them leading Dosha, like forcefully taking Dosha, I would have cast a spell on them because I would have been like, "Oh shit, stuff's going wrong."
Yeah, if they got within 120 feet, I would target whoever is kind of dragging Dosha along by the arm and attack.
Alright. Sorry, give me a moment. For some reason, Roll20 is slowing down again. Alright, so... you should see yourselves kind of coming up on the right side of the screen here in a moment. I'll just have to get those gnolls into position. Alright, and Dosha. Where are you, Dosha? So Dosha looks like he has been bound by the hands. And...
Am I meant to be seeing stuff?
not yet.
Okay.
That's where.
Does anyone want to play Seth, or should I just keep him in the background for now? I'm guessing I'll just keep him in the
Could
background.
give it a try if y'all want. I don't even know what
He's a.
class is he.
I think he's a.
It's a
Paladin?
Hexadome.
Yeah,
A what?
Hexblade. I think he's a Hexblade Paladin.
Let me
well,
see
I'm-
if his sheet's set
I'm
up for
already
it.
incompetently playing a warlock that I don't know how to play, so maybe I shouldn't. Never mind.
He's more or less just a paladin with some warlock features.
I've never played a paladin either. Well, I played one very, very briefly, but I'm not very familiar. I don't know,
Alright.
guys. Do we think we? I'd rather have our full party, but also it's up to you guys.
Either one.
Alright, so go ahead, and you said you are going to try to attack them, right?
Yeah, if they get within 120 feet walking by with Dosha, who you said one of them was leading Dosha by like the arm.
Yeah, so he's kind of, I'll say he's with this guy who's kind of pushing him.
Alright.
So go ahead and give me initiative rolls.
Alrighty.
I just I should have 60 feet of dark vision.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you can't see.
My initiative would be 12, I believe, since I'm still in spider form.
And they do have torches.
Thank goodness.
So... Torches.
Oh, there's a bunch of new icons.
Oh.
See, I always forget which one is invisibility.
Oh yeah, they've added a bunch of in-color icons.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
it probably came with that
I
API you
added
installed.
those.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, there's a lot.
Wow, that's gonna take a bit to go through.
Right.
There's 0
oh,
through
there's one-
9 in
there's a
ABC as
Paul-
well.
There's a Paul print. I'm excited to use that one in my druid.
Alright,
No, why'd they have to roll so high?
so
Alright,
the first one to act.
And-
Well, I guess you guys are coming out of hiding, so who's taking the first action?
Me?
You said
yeah, Otto
you
would
were-
also act when they were within 120 feet, which would have been actually 40 feet before now.
Alright, so I think you only rolled a 10. So they might have actually heard as they were coming close, but let's see. Combat. So I'll start off with you all, because you kind of attack first. So, Anvir, you said you were going to shoot out at them?
Well, yeah, kind of. I'm going to do a high-level sleep spell.
Alright, where are you centering it?
I'll try and do it about here.
Ooh.
Right here?
Yeah, trying to get the one that's on Dosha, but I think that's one off. But I think
Yeah.
I'd rather get the more than the Dosha. So I'll go
Alright.
for those 3. And I'm gonna cast that at I'll do third.
Ooh.
Alright, go ahead
That's
and roll. You chant as they kind of look over in this direction, doing 40 points. Alright. So
And the spell save should be does not
It's
doesn't
not-
actually
there's
save.
there's no spell
Save,
save.
yeah.
So this
Yeah, that's
one
what it's gonna say.
falls asleep here, but none of the others do. They all suddenly look over as that guy just passes
Shit.
out. Anything else?
40? Damn. That's I think all I can actually.
This one yells something in Nolish as they're all kind of looking in that direction now.
Okay, here's a question. How tall is this cave?
It kind of varies between 10 and 20 feet in some places.
Never mind then. I'll just stay behind this little rock.
Alright, so the Fang was surprised, Null was surprised, Romti. What are you doing?
She's gonna stay invisible and try to get a bit closer, and that's all. Just well, no, because she wouldn't. Okay, yeah, she wouldn't let dash. She's just gonna try and get closer, and she'll stay invisible and dodge.
Alright, Null was surprised, Poyo, what are you gonna do?
Alrighty. I will use a. Actually, wouldn't I be near the knoll that was, messing with Dosha?
Oh, you were in spider form. So you might actually be on Dosha right now.
So, like,
In spider form.
yeah. And I would like to use a bonus action to dispel my wild shape. And then,
Alright, that was
I would
really
like to
surprising
cast.
them.
and then I would like to cast polymorph on myself.
Oh.
Alright, what are you turning into?
Would it be possible to...
Go ahead and link the spell.
Oh, right. Polymorph, and then
Who?
just display on VTT.
Did you say you were doing that to you or
do you know
Dosha?
that you
Myself, yes.
Do you know that you do not retain your mental abilities like you do in Wild Shape?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know every time you take damage you'll have to make a constitution saving throw or else turn back to
Oh, you
normal?
guys aren't there, shush.
Yes, I do.
I'm just trying to
Your
help.
your priest is like, hey, do you know that you have to... And he's like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, you guys would have no idea what he's doing.
Alright. Now, I'm not... Would it be possible to transform into a giant ape but flavor it as a hill giant? Since
Yeah.
Sure.
it's shaky, but it's a high
love it.
CR
Right.
easy to find on.
So,
Yeah,
think most
Giant
DMs will
ape.
say yes to just something being reflavored.
Right.
Yeah.
Rescan.
As long as you're not like being like, can I just turn into a giant? I think most people will just be like, yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know about a mushroom giant because that actually would have some mechanical benefits. You could turn into like a jelly, like giant ape that more befits your, your transformations.
Oh, I was no. Oh no, I wasn't trying. I was mostly just like, since a giant ape, I'm not sure if that would be in the underground. So I was trying to flavor like something that I have seen in the area. You know, like a like one of those hill giants. But if I can just transform into
Well,
a giant ape, I'm totally fine with that.
I don't know.
I don't know if polymorph has the same
Yeah,
restrictions.
that's more wild shape. Polymorph. I mean, do you have knowledge nature?
I do not have proficiency with nature.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to know what it is. You don't necessarily have to have seen it before. And
But would he know what it is? He's like a newborn angel gelatin that lives underground.
Well, that's
Well,
why it's going to look kind of funky
yeah.
and have crystalline hair, because it's his version of what he thinks it would be.
Yeah, so that's fine. You can become what is it, a blood ape?
Giant ape.
A blood ape sounds terrifying.
Well, they're
What is
blood
a
ape.
blood ape?
Alright. So, poof, you turn into a giant ape. Which is
Oh
kind
my
of-
god, it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
I cannot see myself.
You have a
well, here, I'll give you vision.
The
Yeah,
big.
it's an old 3rd edition creature apparently.
So
This
yeah,
is how
you're kind of jello-y and big and ape-like, and the moles look very confused and terrified by this giant creature. Anything else?
Firstly, can I get vision? Because it's like my dark vision is gone.
You don't have dark vision as
yeah,
a
but there's
monkey.
torches.
That is true.
There is also torch. Yeah.
Hang on. Why is it not giving you vision?
Actually, wait. Wait, no, that doesn't apply to polymorph. Never mind.
Yeah, polymorph, you are just that creature now.
Yeah.
Alright, you should see now. Right?
Nice.
Alright.
Monkey.
So yeah, big gelatinous kind of ape-like creature is now there, looking very angry. Eldwin,
Yo, monkey.
how's it for you, right? What Polyo?
What?
What do you want to do now, Eldwin? You just saw a large monkey suddenly appear next to Doja, who is also freaking out. What the?
I just want to make sure these guys are like these guys definitely looked like cultists when they came in.
I mean, maybe it's not. The cultists don't really have distinguishing factors
Okay.
or features, not factors. So you would assume
Do
they
these
are.
ones?
They seem like they have taken Dosha prisoner, whoever these guys are.
And they did say the other tribes tend not to actually interact with the base, so it doesn't make sense that the other tribe would take them to the base.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So,
Did you say there were 6 or 8?
There are 8 of
there's
them. There were 6 before, but there are 8 in this group. If it's the same.
Yeah, that's what I was checking.
alright.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sorry. Go ahead. Put him on the on there.
I'm gonna just like take 2 steps out just to make sure I have line of sight, and I'm going to cast. What level do I want to do this? I'll just do it at base. I'm going to cast one of these. And
Fireball. All right. Go ahead and put it on the board where you're gonna position it.
Oh god. 20-foot radius.
I think you can get 4. That's amazing. Oh, maybe more. Look at you go. Love it.
6.
Oh, you're gonna wake the one up.
Right.
So right there.
I
Who cares? He's incapacitated, right, though, so he fails the saving throw.
True. DC 14 and 20. Low damage, honestly.
He only wakes up if he
It
survives.
doesn't hurt though. Times 6. That's a lot of damage in your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of 134 damage if they
Yeah.
fail.
So they have to make a dex save. Alright, so there's a big explosion. 2 of them are just annihilated.
Love it.
Never woke up again.
Yep, just consumed by fire. This guy back
I won't
here
sleep and never woke up.
yells angrily, and these 2 up here look wounded from the fireball. Anything else?
I will go back and hide behind this rock.
Alright, Onyx.
Wait, I just realized I need to check the range on something. It's 60 feet. I don't know that I can
At least
get
we managed
close
to get
enough.
2 of them really quickly.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Okay, yeah, that's close enough. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire
Ooh, good one.
and light up some of these guys.
What are those 4?
Perfect. Yeah, those 4 at the top. Right there.
Ooh, perfectly spaced.
Alright.
My DC is 15. Oh, it's in the posting. It's in the-
Alright, so the first one is the dex save, right?
Mhm.
He would fail and be lit up by the fairy fire. The second one is a dex save. He would also fail and be lit up by fairy fire. The third one would make it, resisting the effect, and the fourth one would fail and be lit up by fairy fire as you begin concentrating on your spell. Anything else?
I'll tell Hassan to run up with me. 15, 20, 35, 40. Sure. But there's no one for him to attack, so he will just dodge.
All right. Otto, bottom of the round.
Otto will move up 5, 10, 15, 20. 5. Am I behind cover or am I out from these rocks?
You're behind cover.
I am. Okay. Well, in that case, where did I start here? Where did you have me?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, then I'll just move up 5.
I mean, you can see them from behind cover.
Right, but I don't want cover if I don't need it. So then I'll try for one of the fairy fired ones.
All right.
With an Eldritch Blast.
All right. So you blasted that one. You have advantage. Oh yeah, 21 would strike. Dealing 7 force. Then you blast him a second time with a 25 for another 1 force. So he takes 8 points of damage.
How did I do 25? Oh, I guess it was 7 and then 1. Okay, I was like, what? Okay. All right, that was kind of sad. That's my turn.
All right, so new
Choice the
round.
worst. That
The
happens.
Pack Lord goes. He's going to. What is he gonna do? Oh, there it is. He's gonna move up this way. And he's going to use his glaive on the big monkey.
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 13 would strike as he slashes down at you, dealing 8 points of damage.
And that would warrant a concentration check.
Yes. So give me a con save.
Would you use the constitution of the ape, I guess, as well? Just
Yeah.
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 He rolled a
Yep.
3.
Damn.
What's the ape's constitution?
It's the 4 that he did.
All right.
It's
so
the 7. It
that
is 7.
Unfortunate, as your concentration is broken, and you turn
Sad.
back into a little creature.
I've been that exact spot before.
Kind of surprising this guy. He is then going to. What is he gonna do? Well, that was his only attack, so he is going to continue moving up and engaging you. But he can't do anything else. That's it for him. The gnolls go. The surviving ones are kind of freaked out about the fireball, so they're gonna run over this way. So actually, I think they can see Eldwin. He does have medium cover, but this one here. Oh wait, which gnoll are we? Which gnoll's going?
Dead one.
Oh, he's dead. Never mind. So I'm just going to take him off. This next gnoll here is going to take a shot at Eldwin because that fireball made him sad. Pew! 11 versus AC would strike the rock near you as he is going to probably move back a bit, yelling something in Gnollish. There's a slime
More than likely
creature
kill the
there.
casters, like it always bloody is.
Alright, so that's it for him. The hunter goes. This guy. He sees the giant bunny. He sees the slime thing. He's confused by both. I think he's gonna take
Wait,
a
the most confusing party. We got a red weird little gnome thing, this weird gelatinous creature, and a robot bunny that's 4 foot tall.
I think he's gonna take a shot at Onyx. He'll take 2 shots at you because you did just throw a fairy fire at them. Pew,
Yep.
pew. 15 would miss you. 21, I think, would hit though.
Shield.
Alright, so as the arrow's coming at you, you throw your hand up, casting shield, spending a reaction, and the arrow misses. This guy here is going to run up this way, and he is going to take 2 shots at Hassan.
You bastard!
So 11 would miss, but the 16 would strike. Doing 4.
Oh, that was with disadvantage?
Why does he have disadvantage?
Hassan's dodging.
Oh, yes, that would still be his low roll. So that would be 4 piercing, and Hassan's speed is reduced by 10 for a round.
Oh.
Anvir.
It's spreading out. I don't like it. I'll jump up here. And I see the big raging boy, and I don't like him. So I'm going to do a...
Who's the big raging boy?
He's the raging boy, isn't he? Or is he not?
Oh, well, that one is a Fang of Inogo. So he's
Yeah, either
basically
way, I
the
don't like
cultist, yeah.
I don't like him either way. Is the point? So I'll let's do a first level guiding bolt on
I
him.
don't like your face. Boom.
Alright, so not liking his face, you send a guiding bolt at him. Yes, 19 would definitely hit. Yep.
10 radiant.
Alright, so he takes 10 radiant, and he is offering advantage on the next
I think
attack
he-
coming at him.
Was anyway, wasn't he?
Yes.
Very clever.
So that's it for you. The Fang goes. He is going to run over here at this little slime thing. And he is going to roar and take some attacks on you. So he's going to do a multi-attack. So 1 bite. 8 would miss you, I believe.
Mhm.
And then he'll take 2 claw attacks. 8, 7, 6. Yep, those all miss you. Wow, that was really bad.
Wow.
Alright, so yeah, you kind of dodge back and forth as he swings wildly, completely missing. This guy is dead, so I'm going to remove him from initiative. Romti.
All right, Ramti is going to move up here. And then within 20 feet of all of them, including Dosha. Oops. All right, so she didn't think this through real thoroughly, but I'm still going to go with it. She is going to reveal herself and do a scare.
Alright, so wisdom saves, right?
Uh-huh.
That's within 20 feet. Alright, so I'll do the hunter first. He makes it. I'm being a little freaked out, but not actually letting it affect him. The other Knoll rolls a 19, so he makes it. Is this guy within 20?
Yeah, everyone is, including Dosha. Well, I mean, Koyo is not.
Yes,
Oh,
Boa
Koyo
is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, oops,
Alright.
oh well.
Everyone but like this bottom guy here is. Also, your rule
Alright,
is not. hidden.
Poyo, give me a give me a wisdom save, Poyo. Like, what is that?
What'd you say?
I can see your
Okie
rule.
dokie.
Oh yeah, I know. I
So
turned
this
it back
guy
on.
is scared.
for this one.
So he is.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. So that guy
13.
is
At
frightened.
least you're wise.
Alright, so you made it. That guy is frightened though. And Dosha is pretty much always frightened by Ronti anyway. Oh nope, Dosha made it. He's like,
Good. Okay.
he's like, I'm used to that. So this guy is scared. Looks like all the others made it. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Don't worry, guys. Dosha still has advantage on charisma.
So this guy screeches as Dosha appears screaming at everyone, and he's gonna fire an arrow at her.
Do you mean Ramti?
Or yeah, sorry, Romti.
Why is he shooting Dosha for?
He's like, what the hell is that thing? Pew! 8, so the arrow sails past Romti as she's screeching. Poyo, what are you gonna do?
Alright, since my giant ape has been destroyed, I will instead expend my last use of Wild Shape to transform into a large, or rather a giant toad, which is a large beast. You don't have to go through the whole, changing toad. There we go, yeah. And I will use my action to bite this guy.
Alright, so give me a bite attack with the giant toad. Do you have the stats?
Absolutely.
Alright.
He's gonna swallow him.
Sorry, I was just looking at Yeah, I was just looking at the stat block for a giant toad. That's why I started laughing.
Aw, come on.
No, 8 would not be enough, and he dodges out of the way, looking very surprised as the jello-y creature is suddenly a toad.
They're all like, "What's
Wait, which one did he hit?
going on here?"
He didn't hit
It's
anyone.
attacking this guy.
He has advantage.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Very
Why?
higher and prone.
No, he's not prone. That was the guiding bolt.
That's advantage, yeah, that's not prone.
21.
Fire!
21
Love it.
would strike.
Alright, so he will take 1d10 plus 2 piercing damage and 1d10 poison damage, and he is grappled.
Love it.
So 2d10 plus 2. 6 damage, very low. So yeah, Poyo just becomes big frog
Slurp.
and just whips out the tongue and just is now gnawing teethlessly on the big guy.
Considering how we've seen that Poyo likes to eat, it's actually quite fitting. He's probably quite enjoying himself.
Ram it. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. So, let me get the stats for a giant toad just so I know what they do. Alright, so he's
Fun things, that's what they do.
Yeah, until something you've swallowed burns you from the inside. that was what I learned.
Well, the thing is, you can also do that to creatures.
So he's grappled and restrained. Alright.
Wow, this guy just keeps getting all the advantage things on him, eh?
Grappled and restrained. Right, so Eldwin, what do you want to do?
First I have one question. Where in the turn order is Dosha?
Dosha has just been tied up. He hasn't been going.
Okay. My second question is, what would you say Dosha's challenge rating and/or level is?
Probably a little bit less than the groups.
So, like, maybe like a 5 or 4.
Yeah.
So we're
Don't
saying
hit
level
him with a
5?
fireball, is pretty much what we're saying.
So we're saying like a level 5?
5-4.
Yeah, something
So-
around there.
Cool.
He wouldn't be
He's
much
not
stronger than.
Triceratops.
What was that?
Dosha is about to have some fun.
Oh, I get what you're doing now.
What are you doing? Oh, polymorph. What are you turning him into?
Dosha
Yeah,
is
not
now
a
a
bit.
Triceratops.
A Triceratops? Alright.
Just so you know, you have to move up a little bit.
You have to be within 60 feet to do it.
Yeah.
I love the polymorph spell.
It's great, but it's actually it's good, but it's terrible. You want to cast it on yourself, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I always cast it on the like barbarian or the tank when he's about to die, and I make him like a giant ape, and then he swings
I
and
think it's-
pummels blindly.
Yeah, it's more fun if it's something that, like a caster that's nearly out of slots or something like that.
So you move
Yeah.
up chanting as Dosha is suddenly transformed, breaking his binding.
Into a huge beast.
Into a goddamn dinosaur.
Yep.
Rawr.
Have
A
fun. Dosha.
huge beast, to be precise.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Anything else, Eldwin?
I'll just go back and hide behind the rock.
Alright, so I'm gonna pop Doshin at this point. He is going to swing his head over at this guy. Doing
This
a
reminds
gore attack.
this reminds me of the time I had control of an elephant.
22 would strike as this guy is caught completely off guard. Takes 26 damage as he's just bitten right in half.
Yes.
Now there's a knoll on the one of the Triceratops horns. It's just hanging there bleeding.
Holy fucking
Onyx.
shit! It's a dinosaur.
What are you gonna do, Onyx?
Wait, I just have the best idea. Poyo can ride Dosha the dinosaur into battle.
Poyo,
As a giant
the toad. What are you gonna do, Onyx? As you see,
Alright,
suddenly
I'm
Dosha's a
Side
dinosaur.
off.
But remember,
I am-
guys, when they're polymorphs, they might attack us. They don't have their own minds.
Well, no, you have. It's always been to me that you still have like your sense of purpose.
I've been
You're
attacked
still-
by my own party members when they're polymorphs.
Go ahead, Onyx.
I'm shooting at this one first.
Alright, so you take a shot at that guy with advantage. 26 would strike.
Alright.
Alright, so that's 11 damage.
12, because you did confirm that the light crossbow +1 and the bolt +1 would actually be a +2, right?
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
so 12 damage would be enough to take him out as the arrow just strikes him right in the face.
Alright. Other shot going at the other hunter.
Can you reload? Do you have the feat to do 2
Oh.
shots?
Shoot, no, I have a repeating shot, but I didn't use it today. So no, I cannot.
Alright, so you are reloading your crossbow and your turn would end.
Yeah.
Unless you
Sorry.
want to drop it and attack with something else.
No. Let me think if I got a bonus action I want to do. No, probably not. I only have one spell slot left.
Alright,
Oh, nope, that's it for
Oh
me.
god.
Otto.
All right. Well, Otto will move up. His full speed, which isn't much, and then probably just Eldritch Blast. Let me look at something else here. Yeah. Pew pew.
Alright, so you...
I will target this guy.
Onyx, are you concentrating on your spell still?
On Fairy Fire? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Eldon.
Sorry,
Just make sure you're
Forgot
marked
this
in
one.
case you take damage so I get the reminder. Alright, so you're blasting this guy, Otto?
Yeah.
Alright, so you rush up, sending some Eldritch Fire. 13 would just hit, because there's no cover.
Lovely.
Pew. For 1 force damage. 14 would also hit. For 8,
Wow,
so he
these damage
takes
rolls are really bad. Okay.
9 and is badly wounded, but still up.
Now it's my turn.
Alright, the Pack Lord goes. He is scared of Romty. So he's
Isn't
gonna...
everybody?
Everybody, yeah. He's gonna take a glaive attack at Poyo with disadvantage because Romty's freaking him out.
When they're frightened to do that, don't they have to run away? Or is that I'm
No.
thinking of it?
No, that's
They
the
can't
frightened
willingly
spell.
get any closer
Oh,
to
okay.
the.
Yeah,
They
it's
can't
the
get-
frightened
They
spell that
can't
makes
get any
people run away.
closer, and they have disadvantage while they can see the target of their fear.
Only on attack and ability checks, not saving throws though.
Yeah. So he is gonna use. So he misses. His 23 becomes a 6 because Romty's freaking him out. As he just swings wildly. And he's going to use his ability to incite rampage. He yells something in Nolish at this guy, who roars and is going to
This
take
guy is in the toad's stomach. I don't know if that makes a difference.
He is not.
He's restrained.
Not yet.
He's not in the stomach. He's just in the mouth.
Oh, okay.
That's a separate attack.
He's biting him right now.
Until the
That's
grapple
right.
ends,
That's
target
true.
is
My dad
restrained
told
and the toad can't bite another target.
Yeah.
So your tongue is wrapped around him.
Yeah. So he's trying to eat him right now, but he just bit him.
He will
So
have disadvantage on attack though.
yeah, he does have disadvantage, but he is going to bite. 12 would miss as he continues to roll poorly. That's
Just.
it for him. This guy here is gonna see his friend get impaled on the Triceratop horn and just freak out, taking a shot at the Triceratop. Pew. 12 would miss as the arrow flies past and Dosha roars, looking up at him. The hunter goes. He is going to, I think, take a shot back at Otto. So he takes 2 attacks firing back at you. 7 would miss, but 21 versus AC, I assume would strike. So you are hit for 3 piercing, Otto, and your speed is reduced by 10 as he continues to roll poorly. This hunter is dead, so he's out. Anvir.
Just checking my movement. Yep. I just move up to like here, and then I'll go. So I'll just toll the dead this wounded-looking hunter for now.
Alright, so he has to make a wisdom save.
Could be 16 actually, not 15, because of that staff. But I just don't know how to edit.
He rolls a 21, resisting your damage.
Jesus Christ!
Anything else?
I will cast a. Do I want to do it at 4th or just 2nd? I'll just do a 2nd level spiritual weapon as well.
Alright, go ahead and pull the spiritual weapon out. Who's it attacking?
It's gonna attack that guy, the wounded one.
Alright, the spiritual weapon appears, striking at him.
It's advantage, so 22.
That would strike.
And then 7 damage.
Whack. It takes 7 damage, slaughtering him. Anything else?
No, that's my full movement action bonus.
Alright, the Fang, I think, is going to use his action to try to break free of Poyo's grasp. So he makes a strength check. Rolls a 7 and fails. Romty.
Next.
Oh, that's horrible, because I imagine that thing's pretty strong as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's rolled anything above a 5 yet.
Man, we've
This
all
one-
been there before.
This one is still afraid of Rumpty, is that correct?
Yes.
Alright, so she will stay visible, and she'll run up and harry this guy, and dance around him a little bit.
Okay. So is she assisting?
Yes, exactly, help.
Alright, takes the help action, giving an advantage attack. That's it for her. The Knoll goes. He's dead. Impaled. Poyo.
I will make another bite attack against this duder.
Or the swallow attack. Oh, yeah, do the swallow.
Yeah, so now it would be the swallow if you can hit. Which it will.
Yum,
He's
yum,
restrained,
slurp.
isn't he? Because so he'd be advantage. Try for a crit.
I'll do that real quick just to see.
See if you get the crit. It's always fun if you do.
Just roll a 20. Oh!
Alright,
rolled a crit!
Nice, Lord.
That's so unnecessary, but I love it.
so that would be 17
Very
damage as you swallow him.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Anything else, Poyo?
Poyo will just look threateningly at this one.
Alright. Give him a
And that'll be my
threatening
turn.
stare. Eldwin.
I like to imagine instead of ribbiting, he's just going like, oh, yo.
I will move up 30 feet to here.
Yeah.
And what else can I do? Oh, dang, I didn't prepare that today. Okay. I will. Let's see, just those two. I will. This guy's being harried, right? So.
Yeah, he's offering advantage right now.
Alright.
The Romty is poking at him.
I'll leave that for someone else. I will try and firebolt this guy.
Alright, you take a shot at the at that guy there, which I believe is
Pack Lord or whatever.
Pack Lord. 22 would strike as the bolt whizzes in, burning him for 12. Oh, and he is wounded.
Alright. That is my turn.
Alright, so Dosha is going to rush this way and do a trampling charge, I think.
Yes.
Gore attack. 28. Oh yeah.
In case anyone was wondering what a triceratops sounds like.
Oh, 25.
Lou
He
has-
impales
Lou has
him on the
survived.
other horn.
He's just looking at the pack leader
Yes.
like, one left for you, baby.
He's swinging his horns around with a bunch of lifeless corpses bleeding all over his face.
One on the left, one on the right. Middle one's for you.
That's it for Dosha. Onyx.
Is there anyone left on the field?
Yes.
Yeah, the Pack Lord.
There's the Pack Lord who's
Oh,
freaking out.
He wasn't swallowed.
No, that was
I
the
thought-
other guy.
No,
There
no,
is
the other
one
guy.
there is one that was swallowed, but
Okay,
different one.
got it. Gotcha.
That was like the
One of the-
like grey
Yeah.
cultist guys.
Fang of Yanagu. Yeah.
All right,
That
so
one.
here comes a shot at him.
The one that was swallowed is no longer on the battlefield.
Is he dead?
No, he's just
Not yet.
Gosh.
Reduced to atoms.
All right, so
I think he
you
takes acid or poison, doesn't he, when he's in there on his turn? I don't remember.
3d6.
so yeah, you reload your crossbow and shoot this guy for 14, badly wounding him as he's bleeding a bunch now, but he is still alive.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I guess that is it.
Otto.
Probably just Eldritch Blast.
Pew,
I guess
pew.
I have some cover now because of the T-Rex or the T-Tops.
Yeah, he has probably medium cover from the Triceratops.
Let's see.
There's a big old Triceratops in the way.
I can only move 15 feet because of that last effect. Does this? Do I still have cover?
That'd be like light cover, so it's a little bit better shot. Yeah, 19 would strike as you blast him. Finishing him off.
Too bad you didn't get the crit.
Okay.
Man, that was so clutch getting that crit.
Anything else?
We just gotta wait for this guy to be.
Yeah, I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm watching our new druid friend with curiosity since he just swallowed that knoll.
All right. Well, let's see. So I think he can still attack from the inside.
Yes.
Lou has definitely
Well,
attacked my druids.
He's
He's
Alright.
blinded
before.
and restrained.
All right. So
Well, that's
next
about
up
it.
would be Anvir. As,
I will just.
Poyo burps.
I'm just gonna move a little closer. I'll move my spiritual weapon down a tad a bit as well, and I'll just hold the dead if that guy manages to get out Poyo's mouth.
All right. Well, I don't know if he can get out unless he breaks the shapeshift, but so for his turn, I think on Poyo's turn he takes damage, right?
He
Is it the
takes
start of the
3d6
target's
and
damage
start
or
my
Poyo?
turn.
Yeah, on your turn.
3d6 acid.
So he is going to, I guess, bite and claw from the inside with disadvantage. Would 11 hit you?
Yes, just barely, it seems.
Alright, so you are
Yeah,
bit
that's his
from
armor.
the inside, taking 8 piercing, and I need a con save.
It's wild shaped. This isn't polymorph. This is wild shape.
I think
Yeah.
You still need a con save. This is poison.
Okay.
Ah.
Actually, does? No, I
You're
was
asking
wondering
for
if the giant toe is resistant at all. Anyway.
He's biting your insides with poisonous fangs.
Yeah, I forgot those guys have poison.
Ooh.
Alright, so you're getting a little bit, yeah. So you
Indigestion.
take 9 poison, 8 piercing, and you get clawed for another 5 slashing. So 22 altogether. As this thing's struggling to get out. That's it for him. Romty, are you doing anything?
I think we're all just watching the druid curiously to see what happens
There's
here.
a bunch of you see him like bouncing around as something struggling. inside him.
Romty dances, jumps from foot to foot and screeches. That's her turn.
Poyo, give me some acid damage.
3d. Ooh. That's
Whoa.
really good.
Damn.
Alright, so the struggling would stop as Poyo burps.
Well, no,
Hey, now we can't hit him.
And the
And
battle
Poyo
is
will-
won.
And then Poyo would cancel his
Spit out the
wild
carcass! Spit out the carcass! We want the loot!
What do you all
Poyo
want to do?
just, before he reverts back into his normal, just. "Bleh."
I don't know if we want to touch that carcass.
It's okay, I can clean it. I have prestidigitation.
And then once he reverts to his normal form, Poyo climbs into his backpack and closes the flap.
So the Triceratop looks at Romty threatening as he kind of snaps or smashes his
Elduin, drop it.
his.
He immediately goes invisible.
And he's gonna turn around and look at probably Poyo now.
Elduin, maybe drop the spell.
Once he looks at Boyle, then he'll drop it.
But not while he looks at Rumty. I love it.
No,
we will gladly let Rumpty get squished.
Yeah, that thing freaks me out. All right, so, well, I mean, you don't know if he's going to attack Poyo. He just seems like a little nervous as he's looking around. But it's up to you if you want to drop the spell. That's fine.
No, I would drop it.
All right. So Dosha is now looking around confused as he's, kind of turned back into himself.
Covered in blood.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell happened?
You did very well.
Poyo.
Thank you all for saving me.
What happened?
I was going to the town and that group of soldiers, some of them were from before, they were yelling at me about the hut that I told them was my creation, and they wanted me to come speak to someone because apparently I didn't identify myself as a caster, which is something I guess these cultists take seriously, a serious slight.
Ooh.
They may be trying to harness as much of the caster's power as they can. They are summoning a lot of demons, from what we know.
Yes, perhaps, but thank you all for saving me. I owe you my life. I don't know what would have happened if they took me away.
Let's
Poyo.
search some pockets and hide
I
these
think-
bodies.
Yes, I was going to say we should probably move all of these bodies to where the other dead are, near the temple. We don't need people finding this.
I don't know if we need to move them that far, but let's at least make sure they're well concealed in the stones to the side of the cavern.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be safer to move them up there, Seth says. The patrols might spot them if they're on the path, and it seems like the patrols don't go up to the temple.
Too
It's
bad we
already-
lost our
yeah.
Triceratops and giant frog to help us move them.
Dosha says, please don't turn me into anything again. That was weird.
You did do very well, though.
Yes, but it was still very, very strange. I don't think I like it.
Yeah.
While we're
Sorry.
talking,
Otto's
Audrey's literally
looting.
just gonna go around and literally just like prestidigitation the ground to get rid of any blood stains.
Perfect. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Alright, so you start using magic to clean up the blood. So they would have, if you're searching them, they have their normal armaments, but they would also have some gold. 40 gold, to be precise, as well as some food.
That was 40.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't look super appetizing, but rations, or rations if anyone needs food.
I'm quite alright with rations. Is anyone though?
Like, I mean, if it's edible food, we could take it. Just we might even be able to like give it to one of the tribes or something.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I don't know.
Do we
I
want to
think
just
we're
put
all-
some packs?
I think our party
rations.
is good on rations. Yeah.
I've got like before we left, I bought 20.
Oh wow.
We would also snuff the torches and like
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
as little trace as possible. Though.
Yeah, that's fine. So do you want to start dragging the bodies back towards the temple, or do you want to try to just hide them here?
I want to do the temple. I think
Let's
that's
put
the best
him.
idea.
Let's put him near the roper cave.
No, because then we might anger the roper.
True.
I think it's best to just put them near that cave where there's already dead gnolls, so they might not question it. They might just think the patrol got too close to the temple and died.
It's a pretty long way, isn't it?
It's it's a few hundred feet, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
it'll
Yeah,
take
that's
some
fine.
time, but it's probably not going to take more than like a half hour or so, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it then.
So I'll say the group spent some time doing that. It's now 9 o'clock.
Cleaning all the blood.
Yeah, cleaning all the blood. So yeah, it's about 9 o'clock when you finish doing all that.
Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Poyo is taking a short rest inside their backpack.
What do you know? It turns out
How
I'm an
much-
amazing cleanup crew.
How much does the backpack weigh?
Does the group want to take a short rest after they do that, or attempt to?
Maybe. Does anyone else want to? Short rest won't really benefit me at all, but if it benefits
Yeah, it
anyone
doesn't
else.
do anything for me. But was anyone wounded in that battle? Does anyone need healing?
No, I'm good.
So are you actually
Yeah,
taking
that's
a
actually
short
not it.
rest?
I think we're good. I don't think any of us actually need.
Does the backpack weigh more than 25 pounds? With Poyo in it, I assume it does.
Probably.
Poyo weighs
So-
70 pounds.
Okay.
So I don't know if your backpack could actually hold you. That might not be. Your backpack probably isn't big enough that you could, because I don't think you're actually a slime anymore, right? Like you do have bones.
Not really bones, but they are solid. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe you're rolled up in your bedroll then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to move around with the group, you'd probably have to just be walking. So it'd probably be hard to rest if you were helping drag bodies anyway.
I see, I see.
But we are at 8:36, so maybe we should stop here and continue next time.
That sounds good.
Why don't we do some MVP votes, and we'll pick it up next week, as I assume the group is going to try to approach the Sharp Rock clan.
Yeah.
Alright, I got one vote.
Wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
If anyone needs to know how to do whispers, just let me know. Alright, got 3 votes. 4 votes. Poyo with 4 votes, your MVP.
Wait, huh?
Welcome.
Everyone but you voted for you.
I would have voted for the Triceratops, but that's just me.
I mean,
know,
if that was an
pretty
option,
clutch.
then yeah.
Yeah,
That was definitely the MVP moment.
Dosha.
I'm
I
gonna
was
head
like-
off.
Dosha for
It's
president.
like, I wanted to get Josha out of the restraints, but I don't want to waste my action doing so.
That was a good
Wait.
idea.
Honestly, if you hadn't done that, like Ramsey was gonna spend her next action untying him, but I like the Triceratops was far more entertaining.
Oh god, yeah.
Giant frog and normal Triceratops, the ultimate combo.
Yeah.
The Wombo combo.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off.
Yeah.
Good
Have a
night.
good
This
night.
was
I'm just
really
Good night,
taking.
fun.
everybody.
I'm just
I
taking
hope
some
you all
notes.
enjoyed my new character.
Yeah.
See you next week. Bye bye.
Night.